Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.
Welcome to another episode of Beyond Beats and Culture. I'm your host, the cultural commentator, Chase the Dark Sage, here with my co-host.
T.
And we're back with another episode of Hip Hop Goodness because we are the show on YouTube that consistently always talks about the music. But before we actually get into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like the video if you haven't already. Comment for the YouTube algorithm. As usual, the links to our socials are in the description down below. Also, along with that is the timestamps and artist submission form. Make sure you go ahead and show support to the YouTube channel itself. That way you can actually see our solo conversations. Let's have a conversation and the Dark Sages interlude itself. And because we are kind of changing things up, no more daily clips, but we are still putting out clips of the show. But you still want to come to the YouTube channel because that's the hub for everything and all things Beyond Beats and Culture. But before we actually get into today's episode, happy Father's Day.
Thanks, man. You know what I'm saying? I got so many sons out here, bro. The niggas out. Got so many sons out here, B. I
Who are
mean,
you, Nicki Minaj? Man, how have you been since the last episode, man, with this foolishness?
I've been good, B. You know what I'm saying? I've been chilling, a little rough patch at work. I think that was Thursday. Yeah, it was a little hectic for us, but hey, we made it through. We soldiered through it. Man, had big boss man come through, B. You know what I mean? We had to do a little rearranging of some things.
Oh, I
But
bet.
bro had to take me over there. He like, come on, Tevin, let's ride. I'm like, oh shit.
Put
I
the
don't
hand on
really,
your shoulder, didn't he?
hey, I don't even really get nervous, but I kind of got a little nervous. I'm like, dang, I'm a little nervous. Well, other than that, man, everything good. But what about yourself?
I've been all right, man. Still been listening to some older music, kind of diving into Michael Jackson. I just know now that I'm washed because I've been spreading this Quincy Jones documentary out on
Mhm.
Netflix. I've been spreading it out for 4 days and I still ain't finished it. B.
Oh my God, I watched it. It came out a few years ago, right? Yeah, I
Oh
watched
yeah,
it. Yeah,
2018, I think. But B, I
yeah.
just know I'm washed, man. I still haven't finished it. I stretched this
B.
thing out for over 4 days.
It's a good doc. Another good one. Golf is the Godfather of Black music or something like that. The Black Godfather. It's about what's his name? Uh, some Avon. Anyways, he was a music exec though. But it's a
Mhm.
really dope doc because you can find out about like some of the artists back then that he worked with. And like I think he talked about Quincy and all of like bro. It's a really dope doc too. It used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it still is, but Clarence Avon, that's his name. Clarence Avon.
I'm gonna have to see and check it out because
Mhm.
you
That Quincy
know,
dope though.
yeah, see, I'm trying to do my studying B because shoot, if I can, that's the one thing as I've gotten older, less in front of everything, less being the face of everything. I want to be the producer. I want to be the person like with the ideas, arranging things. That's the type of time I want to be on
Yeah.
B, me
Yeah.
personally.
That's
Cause hey,
That's the route I tried to take. I went to school for audio engineering, making beats. I never wanted to really be like the guy that's like doing the rapping. You know what I mean? But I like the yap. B. People used to tell me back in school that I should be on the radio because I talk a lot. They say, "Yo, you know the old joke. You got a face for radio." Nah, they didn't
oh
say.
yeah. Oh man, but
Oh
like I
man.
said, me personally, I've been trying to do my studying, my Googles. I've been trying to I've been trying to find the best way for me to articulate why these things are so great, but not necessarily regurgitate someone else's points. But it's hard because it's like those are the points that you got to use because that's what makes that thing
Person
great. You get
great.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. But only
Exactly.
only only thing you could draw from is your experience with the music, listening to it and what you enjoyed and you can express from your own thoughts. But other than that, it's all general. Cause like all of his history had already been said. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So that's what
So
makes it way more tough. So I had to
mhm,
come in with a more nuanced idea of like modern
mhm.
day, or like today's time of like
Right,
my
right, right.
opinion on this. How does this really hold up versus back then when, this stuff was kind of like revolutionary. You get what I'm saying?
I got
But
you.
besides all that, what have you been jamming since the last episode?
Ah, man, I haven't jammed much, but we're gonna talk about it later. But R.I.P. Sly Stone, a
Hmm.
really big pioneer into music in general.
Hmm.
I kind of went back. I was going through a Sly and the Family Stone era, like sometime last year. I was just jamming all this stuff, so I just went back and I listened to their a rise going on, and man, this album right here is like I think this album is more soulful in a way. And there was a lot going on. It was kind of after like I think it came out in the 70, 71. It was after all the like a lot of the civil rights stuff that was going on in the late early and later 60s. And this is when Sly kind of got into his drugs, you know. Not saying he wasn't doing drugs before, but like he was more like not monotone, but like I said, it was more soulful. Like he was in the production he went from on this. It was just I don't know, B. This is a different album, bro. This is a music classic. I love this joint right here. I was like, dang, this is a really good album.
Mhm.
Um, just hearing like, this dude been sampled so many times. You hear sounds and you like, I heard this before. It's on another hip hop song like sample this. It's just so much that this album what this album meant, and it having like this iconic cover with the American flag, even though it's just the flag. Every time like a black artist uses the American flag, it seems I don't know, it just seems different. Like Stankonia, you think of the Stankonia cover. I think that was Stankonia cover was inspired by this. Who has another black artist with the American flag?
ASAP Rocky.
ASAP Rocky. Yeah, it's I don't know. It just seems weird because our history with the country, but like
Mhm.
this album like
Was it a black
showcases
and
that.
white flag or was it
Oh,
like a
this
regular
it was
American flag?
actually like it was an American flag. It was close more into the stars and like half of the stripes, but it,
Mhm.
it it seems vintage in a way. Like I don't know that filter. Like it had like a vintage filter, like on Instagram or something. Like it kind of look how my camera kind of yellow, but a little more dark to it, like this that golden look, I guess. But anyways, like the music is just I don't know, it's so black, bro. Even though like it's a multicultural band, you got white guys, it's black. It's like this was all his band was revolutionary. Like it was different. It was ahead of his time. And also him being dope that he actually was born in Denton, bro. Like when I
Like Texas?
yeah, bro, his family actually from Texas, but they moved to California when he was like a baby. But
Mm.
our OG, back at the big store, know some of his family members. We used to talk about it all the time back then.
Mm.
Yeah. But the music is just amazing, bro. It's not much I could say. Just you have to listen to the experiences for yourself, man. Like running away. You know the song, Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself. That's Sly, right? But on this one, he has a different redemption of the album. It's called Thank You for Talking to Me, Africa. So it's more slower. I don't know, it's more like you more engaged in it. I don't know, man. It just it felt personal. And it's just so black. I don't know, bro. It's just Sly is so dope. But that's all I gotta say. There's a ride going on. Check it out. And this is the extended played version. They got the extended edition out, so it has like different instruments on from different like three different instrumentals, which is dope.
Mm.
Regardless, because the production, this dude was heavily involved in the music, and I'm gonna talk more about it after when we talk about his passing. But yeah, what about you, B? What was the first thing you want to talk about today?
I hate that you set the tone so strong because I'm
Yeah.
now in my, hazardous news reporter bag. I listened to the Juicy J and Logic album.
Oh,
coming
B, I
off like
forgot about that. Oh my
coming
God.
off the Slice Stone and me talking about this. 'Cause I listened
Nope.
to some legendary stuff, but it's like, I always like to say like that stuff kind of for later. You set the
Yeah.
tone so strong and now I'm about to talk about this. Insanity, B. I'm not gonna lie to you. But
B,
yeah, yes.
I forgot this came out. Even though we
I did
talked about it
too.
last, I totally forgot.
I completely forgot it came out too. But I forgot. I think I was on Twitter and like either Logic or Juicy J posted it and it somehow got in my algorithm. So I was like, F it. I'm gonna listen to it because I listened to the albums that we listened to this week. There's one album that
Mhm.
we reviewing this week that I didn't need to listen to that much because
Right.
like I listened to it already a crap ton as it is. And so I was like, all right, let me listen to something new. The Juicy J and Logic came out. And I remember when we first reported on it, I'm thinking it's Juicy J and Logic both rapping together. Thank the gods above. It's mostly Logic on the production.
Hmm.
I'm like, all right. It is Juicy J rapping. And my thing with this, right? Juicy J, legend, iconic figure within hip hop. Never gonna disrespect his legendary status, his iconism. He's doing that thing where legendary rappers, or at least older Southern rappers, try and get in a rapper bag. And I'm like, oh, like throughout the album is Juicy J and Logic kind of like Logic conducting an interview with Juicy J because they're best friends, right? And he's kind of asking him questions, but it's also like we're getting a look into how Juicy J kind of sees things, but now we're getting a more not as introspective, but it's a lot more introspective than what we usually get from Juicy J bag. And I'm like, okay. And Juicy J is rapping on these beats. You know, Logic is obviously inspired by people like Jay Dilla, so he's gonna have the Jay Dilla horns here and there. The beats are a lot slower, but they are booming, so you can bump this within the whip, right? But it was just so surprising to me because I'm like, okay, the first song, I'm like, all right, I didn't hate this, and I didn't hear Logic. Second song, I hear him saying like, oh, like yeah, like I heard that you wanted to produce an album for someone, and I sent my shot out to you, and you said, yeah, let's do it. And I'm just like, Juicy J on this type of production, I would have never imagined, but I really do enjoy it, especially when it comes from, like I said, these older Southern rappers
Mhm.
getting in their more rapper bag. And I'm like, all right, Logic has some feature appearances here and there, but we have features from Project Pat, features from Wiz Khalifa. The first two songs on the version I listened to was censored, which was weird, but the rest of the
Mm.
album had cussing in it. I was like, all right, that's a weird choice, especially when they says explicit. But besides that, I was thoroughly surprised. I have to eat my words. I actually really enjoyed this project from Juicy J. This is something different within his discography that we have not really gotten from him. I have to eat my words. And Logic, I enjoyed the production that you gave on this project as well. I really liked it. Juicy J and Logic, live and in color. Something I did not expect, but I'm happy that I listened to it.
Okay.
B, yeah. I have to give Logic props on his productions too, because I really enjoyed it. Was it the most
Okay.
outstanding thing? No, but it still put Juicy J in a different realm, in a different bag. And I was like, all right, Juicy J is still gonna do his Juicy J isms. I'm not saying that he's a whole different person, but he gets a bit more introspective. He talks about losing his mother. He talks about like, yo, I'm glad that I was able to do the success and my mom was able to see it. You know, like, oh, people hating, this is what they're gonna do to like, it gives a more introspective and more mature look on things, but he still has his Juicy J isms like, oh, like if she ain't got a fat butt, I can't smash that. Like it still has those, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's a bit more mature. And I'm like, all right, Juicy J, I kind of like this direction that you're going in. And I like the fact of last note B, I'm sorry. I
No,
like
you
the fact
good.
of they did not put the discussions, as they call it, they did not put those interludes, those skits or whatever within the song. They were separate
Hmm.
tracks from the songs. I'm like, great. Perfect. I do not need that added to the actual song because if I just want to get into the song, I can just get into the song.
Right.
I know it's a little thing. It's a little nitpick, but I'm glad that they did that. Thank you. But yeah, live and
It's
in
kind
color,
of.
Juicy J and Logic.
Remember he put out a jazz album last year, like
Hmm.
at the end of the year. I never got to listen to it. I like. What I'm gonna do, bro. This one of my goals. I'm gonna listen to the Juicy J jazz album, and I'm gonna go into the Logic album. I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay,
I'm gonna
I
try
need
it.
to listen to the jazz album too, because now I'm just like, okay, okay, maybe I was missing something on that jazz album.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. So my next project is a R&B album, 8 track joint. I never heard this guy's name, Felix Ames. It's called "Cruel Cruel World," and I actually enjoyed this.
Mm,
It piqued my interest from the album cover. It's like every time I see an interesting album cover, I kind of check. It's like don't judge a book by a cover, but if you got a nice cover, I'm clicking it. Album covers is a lot to me. I love it. And shout out, I don't know if we put it. Did we put that in the notes about the album
the,
cover?
the Grammys
Yeah,
making a new category about it. We didn't, but
yeah,
we could talk
we
about
did.
it
We
later.
could
But
talk
we
about it
could do
later.
a quick mention of it that they're
All right.
doing that whole album cover category now, best album cover.
Okay, cool. But yeah, Felix Amos, he gives you in the vibes of like, it's like art, a neo soulish. Like he got a
Hmm.
little, like the instrumentation kind of feels live on some of the tracks. Um, Kind of fleshed out songs. They not too long, three around like 3 minutes. I probably need to re-listen to this again to kind of get my full scope of it. But
Hmm.
I enjoyed it fully. Vocally, he's not like blowing your head off. Like he's not crazy vocally, but he's manageable. He's good. He had Coda the Friend on here as a feature. It's the only feature. I don't know if you know. Are you familiar with Coda the Friend? I talked
I
about
think
him
you've talked
before.
about him before, and I've seen one of his vinyls in store before.
Yeah, but I really wish I freaking listed the songs I like on here. But overall, like as a project, I thought it was pretty good. I don't know if you have anything else. I didn't hear nobody talking about this. I don't know if he's a known person. Like I heard nobody talk about. I didn't see nothing about that Logic album. That's why I forgot about it. But instrumentations on here is good. He has one song on here that gives you old doo-wop vibes. I'm like, okay, he's a student of the game. I like that. You could tell that he studies the D'Angelos, even some of the like modern R&B guys. You know what I mean? And I liked it. I'm gonna have to revisit it more to like get my full feeling of the album because there's some stuff I listened to it so like on Monday, so it's like a lot of my thoughts about the album has kind of disappeared.
Yeah,
but
of course.
but overall, I thought it was a pretty good project right here. It's called it's by Felix Ames, Cruel World, 8 tracks, 24 minutes, man. It's a quick listen, pretty good.
All right. I guess since you setting the tone like that, B, I'm gonna go ahead and
Hmm.
talk about another album I listened to. Maxwell's Black Summer's Night, the 2009 version, right? Because he
Hmm.
has a sequel with the same name, but it came out in a different year. This album is an album that I need some more listens to because this album is like short. It's like what 30 to 40 minutes.
Hmm.
And certain things, especially while I'm at work listening to this, I wasn't able to fully grasp it. And obviously, this is the album with Pretty Wings on there. And so I wanted to listen to it to see what it was like. But the actual short runtime is what really surprised me on this. But some of the instrumentation, some of the instrumentals that was on this project was good. Maxwell singing always is great as always. And Pretty Wings, we got that's a classic, right? That's a staple in
Yeah.
black music culture, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Like I'm not okay. I'm about to say I'm not too absurd with saying that because that song is like even people listen to that song is so beautiful. The actual subject matter itself, that's a different story. I'm like, okay,
Hmm.
wow. But hearing that song, B, I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to sing that song this week. My voice was cracking, and I realized I just gotta let him sing it. I just gotta I just gotta mouth the words. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, Black Summer's Night. This is an album that I gotta do a bit more few listens to actually fully get it. But I enjoyed
What you heard?
sonically what this album was giving me. But yeah, Maxwell's Black Summer Nights, 2009. Like I said, guys, I'm going back in my bag. I'm studying. I'm trying to learn certain things. I'm trying to see what makes certain things great. Why is Maxwell such a legend within neo soul? Obviously, he is a legend, but
Hmm.
I want to be able to articulate that myself when it comes to actually having these conversations itself. But yeah, B, what's your next project if you
My
have
next
one?
this is my last project I listened to this week. Well, I could I there's some songs I listened to, but I'm gonna talk about the last album I listened to, and it was Slick Rick, The Art of Storytelling. So we're gonna obviously review Slick Rick's
Victory.
Victory. I said Victoria or something. Victory. And I want to see, 20, let's go back 26 years before, Victory came out. And let's see if he's going to miss a step or anything. Because I ain't heard this album in forever. But a song that I always return back to because it's in some of my playlists is King Peace in a chess game with him and Cannabis. So I went back to this and I'm like, yo, this joint's still dope, man.
Mhm.
I don't know, bro. I like Slick Rick. So like this project's still dope. Slick has the flow. I don't know if he I don't know if he the production on this one, I didn't really look, but like having a song Street Talk with him and Big Boy, Nas on here with me and Nas Bring the Hardest is dope.
This is
Like
the album with Outkast on it, right?
yeah, it's really just it's Big Boy. Andre's not on there. It's
Mm,
featuring Outkast, but it's Big Boy on here. And like another dope song with him and Frozen, with him and Raekwon going back and
hmm
forth. Raekwon on there going, and it's so crazy because it had like I'm listening to Frozen, and I'm like it says Corey Woods. I'm like Corey Woods, and I'm like, bro, that's Raekwon, but it got his real name on here on Apple Music. But I'm like, well, that's not, it's Raekwon. Like, what
Putting this whole government out there,
yeah, I was
man.
like, did he decide to do that? I don't know. But
Mhm.
anyways, like overall, man, Slicker got his storytelling. He got some people that also that's like big fans of him doing like little intros in the beginning, like Redman, got Nas, you got Corey Guns on here. I'm not Corey Guns, Peter Guns, Corey Guns' dad. Q-Tip has a little snippet. And I don't know, it's dope. And then he has like this one little nasty song called Adults Only. To my putting it in her butt. Slick, you a nasty man, Rick. You nasty man. I was like listening, I was like, yo, I totally forgot this song existed. But
Mhm.
yeah, Slick Rick the Art of Storytelling, bro. I enjoy this, man.
So B, I gotta ask you a
Also love
question.
that cover. What's up?
I know this might sound blasphemous,
Hmm.
but hear me out. Taking the legendary iconicness of his debut album out, The Great Adventures
Hmm.
of Slick Rick, is the Art of Storytelling album better than The Great Adventures of Slick Rick?
Is it greater?
Like, is it better? Like, does it sound better? Like, are the verses better? Like,
Prob
and like I said, taking the
it's hard.
legendary
It's
and iconic
dang.
status out because we know that he
Yeah,
pioneered storytelling and rap a lot, right? But
yeah. But it's
taking that
hard.
out,
It's yeah, I know. Trying to take it out. Behind the Bars is probably my favorite Slick Rick project though, overall. Even though I
Mm-hmm.
know it's him rapping and then like he's in prison, but
Mm-hmm.
I love behind bars. Damn, I say no, B. Heartstruck.
Mm.
I think the Great Adventures of Slick Rick is.
I like that one song with him and Big Boy way more than anything he did on Great Adventures of Slick Rick.
Yeah, I
I
know how
like it
you
more
feel
than
about Slick
everything.
Rick, B. I already know how you feel about Slick
Lordy,
Rick.
lordy. We're gonna get into that when we talk
We
about
gonna
the
we gonna
three
talk about it.
albums.
We gonna talk about it. But before you go, I have like I'm saying, like I was listening to Slide and the Family Stone. I was in my like black bag. I had to listen to some James Brown, some
Are you
the
usually not in
JBs.
that bag, B?
I'll be in my black bag all day because I'm black. But
You
sometimes
sure?
you get in your revolutionary bag, B. Sometimes you want to go back and
Oh,
fight the power, fight
oh.
fight the power in. Now, but anyways, I listened to the JBs. That's James Brown's band, and like hearing like the Boss. I love that production on that. Just hearing that instrumentation, bro. It just I don't know. B is it's in the music. You know what I mean? Because these songs was like soundtracks to the revolution. You know what I mean? To liberation. You know what I mean? Back in the civil rights era. So it makes you feel that way. But yeah, that's what I just want to talk about, man. Go listen to some James Brown, bro. Like that dude.
Yeah, that's the next person that's on my list of going down
Yeah,
his discography.
insane, man, insane. But yeah,
Facts.
that's all I got. That's all I got this week, B.
All right. I heard Lil Tecca's newest album, Dopamine. That boy 3 for 3. That boy is 3 for 3.
I like the
That boy Lil
cover.
Tecca.
I like the cover of that album.
I do as well. It's definitely different compared to his last two albums where it was him on the front cover. Now it's not. It looks like what is this? Like I can't even tell what this is. It just looks like sonic waves like coming out of
Yeah,
his head.
I don't know. I like it. And then like on his belt buckle, I think I saw like a clip. It's like the same logo.
Oh,
I
maybe
could be
because it's
wrong.
two D's looking at each other, but it
Yeah.
looks like sonic waves coming out of it. But yeah,
Hmm.
Dopamine is Lil Tecca's, I guess, like third album and like these type of albums that he's been doing recently, where he had Tech, he had Plan A, and now he has this album, Dopamine, where it's like these albums kind of reminiscent of like a Life of Pierre album, where he's doing his rapping, he's doing the vibes, he's giving you some bops, he's giving you some slaps, and they're all kind of like transitioning and smoothly going into each other. And I really like what he's doing on this album right here because he kind of plays it up like a radio theme. And to me, sonically, this one sounds a bit more diverse than his last two projects. I'm not saying he has the most diversified sound in hip hop or anything like that, but compared to his last two albums, they were kind of like within the same zone slash sonic. So while this one, it kind of like pushed itself out a little more with different sonics. Like, what was that one song that like him
Hmm.
sampling that,
Am
him
I
having
your
some
girlfriend?
exactly him having some pop inspired like tracks, but it also like hip hopified, obviously.
Radio killed the radio star. Radio killed the radio star.
See,
That
I don't know
song?
the name. I don't
Okay,
know the
here you go.
names of songs like that back
Oh,
then.
here
B,
you
you know
go.
that. I don't. I don't. But going over this track list, I liked every song. Obviously, he has one feature on here with Ken Carson. I think Lil Tecca does best when he is on his own, obviously. But overall, for me, that half the plot when that came on, that's the third track because he put his first two heavy hitters, the singles, at the beginning. I'm like, all right, Lil Tecca, what are we doing here? Then he
Mhm.
put the half the plot in. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm all the way in here for this album, baby. Yes, sir. What are we doing? But yeah, this YN right here, he might be the king of the YNs right now. He on a little run right now musically. He's very consistent so far within this last little run that he's had over the years.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm actually really proud of Lil Tecca because where he first came from, Ken on SoundCloud, doing his thing on Cole Bennett's music videos, to where he's at now, where he has a super huge cult following, insane. I never expected it from Lil Tecca. I'm not gonna lie, but I am happy for the boy. But it was a dope album. If this isn't the album to change your thoughts on Lil Tecca, if you already don't like Lil Tecca, you're not gonna like this album. Just want to put that out there right now. I'm a fan of Lil Tecca, so I really like this. Uh, Next album I heard, R. Kelly's TP hyphen 2.com.
Mhm.
Sequel to obviously 12's Play. Yeah, this album is fantastic. This album is great. We need R&B like this nowadays. R&B that's kind of like more well-rounded rather than just talking about relationships itself. R. Kelly does reminiscing about him being from the hood, like him and Fame, his relationship with Fame, obviously his relationship with women. He is a freak nasty man, obviously, so he's gonna have some of that on here. R. Kelly, man, this album right here. I was looking at some lists, and some people put this as number one, some people put this as number two behind Chocolate Factory. I understand it now because at first I'm like Chocolate Factory is kind of like that one. After hearing the album in full, because we obviously know some songs off of this album, has some classic cult black songs on here. After hearing it, I understand the hype behind this. I love it. This is such a great album. I replayed this album a few times. I'm like, man, R. Kelly just had like a good amount of subject matters over the album overall. This is a solid body of work. You could really see how R. Kelly not really technically pioneered the sound of R&B and furthered it, and was also why he's one of the kings of R&B itself because of albums like this right here. And the last album I want to talk about, another pioneer, Juggernaut. I listened to the most expensive album ever made this year. I mean, ever made in history, Can you guess what album that is?
Most expensive album
Most
ever.
expensive album ever made.
I don't know. It's not Thriller, right?
Nah.
What is it?
Invincible by Michael Jackson. His last final studio album.
Okay.
This album cost $30 million to make.
Damn.
Exactly. And so my thing was this, right? I'm weaving and bobbing through Michael Jackson's discography, right? Because I'm trying to see the greatness of MJ. And this is one of those albums that people talk about, but they don't really talk about compared to like his other albums. And so going into Invincible, his last album, I'm like, all right, what impact did this leave? And I heard that when it first came out, it didn't really do well for Michael. And this is for a myriad of things, him and his beef with Sony, him not touring for the album, and obviously this not being as pop centered like a lot of his other albums, right? Especially after Thriller. Going into this album, it's mostly an R&B album. That's what I heard from everybody when I was reading online. This is the R&B Michael album. I'm like, oh. And it was in that 2001 range. So it definitely has that Timbaland slash coming from the 90s to 2000 crossover sound that was happening during that time. That boy Darkchild, who was recently inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, him working and producing for Michael on this album. This might be like my third favorite Michael Jackson album.
Invincible?
Dang near, maybe two. Dang near. I'm not saying it's the third or second best. I'm not saying that. But in terms of favorite, in terms of what I want from Michael Jackson,
right?
This is it.
This is what you want,
right here, B. This is what I wanted. I'm like, yes, I want an R&B centered Michael Jackson album, and this is the one right here.
Butterflies, Rock My World.
That run from Break of Dawn to Butterflies, I was like, oh my god. I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, Michael, you madman. Come on, we can't do this right here. And so I know some people complained about the Chris Rock interlude, like how he had the music video, but some of that music video skit was in the actual song. I didn't really mind it, especially going into the song itself. But yeah, man, this is the album that I really liked. We even got deep voice Michael Jackson singing on 2000 Watts, written by Tyrese Gibson of all people. We have some R. Kelly credits on this, Teddy Riley credits on here. This is an incredible album, god dang it. Oh, you could feel the money and the production in it too. Hey, we gotta think. This is Michael Jackson in his 40s. This boy was singing since he was a kid. To make an album like this and to still sound modern within the times of when it came out, we're not really talking about how great this album is, B. I'm just saying this right now. This album is the album that I want. This is the album that I like. Oh my gosh. Now, I will say there are some hiccups here towards the end of the album. But besides that, though, oh my God, Michael. Michael, what are we doing right here? Now, I do need to listen to the Dangerous album because I heard that that's the New Jack Swing album. But every time I look up stuff about that album, before I realized it was the New Jack Swing album of Michael Jackson, a lot of people were saying like, oh, this is like his lowest rated one out of his discography. And I'm like, huh? But then when I see other people talk about it, it's like, oh, no, this is like his number one after Thriller. So I'm like,
Some people don't like Dangerous.
Controversial. See, when I first was reading about Dangerous and which albums to listen to from Michael Jackson, you know, I was obviously trying to see people's opinions on it to see like, okay, which one do I want to listen to next that interests me the most? And a lot of people was like crapping on Dangerous, saying like it was very inconsistent, like it wasn't as great songwriting as his other albums. But then I didn't know because the way that was wording it, and maybe it was white people, I don't know. But then when I heard black people talking about it, oh yeah, this is the New Jack Swing Michael Jackson. I'm like, I'm like, Michael Jackson made a whole New Jack Swing album? I'm like, huh?
It's not. It's
go ahead. Go ahead.
It is more New Jack Swing-ish. Yeah. I'm looking at the track list because it's been so long since I heard, but I know the album. Because like Jam,
like, I know the hits off of it.
And then The Closet hit. Yeah, I forgot about In the Closet. Remember the Times?
Do you
I
remember?
remember the
And
time.
see, that had to put me in that mode. Like, huh, that was kind of like in that era. I'm like, all right, so
Yeah,
maybe I do need to revisit that album. So,
but
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 not
but
revisit.
bad. You like bad, right?
Can I be real? B?
Yeah,
It's cool.
it's cool to
I,
you.
in terms of what it did for Michael Jackson, I get it. I understand it. But when I'm putting it up with the trilogy of him and Quincy, I think it's the weakest. Like musically, quality wise. But I get it. After Thriller, this propelled him
Hmm.
even more into stardom. This is when he had to debut as white Michael Jackson. I get
Hmm.
it, B. But for me, I'm just like, it's not on the way there for me. Compared to Off the Wall and Thriller, we got to remember
Hmm.
that, B. But bad to me, it was a bit inconsistent.
Hmm.
I like Invincible a lot more than bad, honestly.
Mm.
That's why I said
You
it's
don't
like
think
my second and
Invincible?
third favorite.
I haven't listened to Invincible, bro. I don't know, probably since I was a kid. Cause like my
Mhm.
mom, that damn, I had to really listen to the album again. I'm gonna have to listen to Invincible again. But
Mhm.
but Bad is I like Bad because it has those iconic songs still. Like what
Yeah, I
album
like
from
it.
Michael Jackson don't have iconic songs? But I know what you're
Exactly.
saying. I know what you're saying. But you like
But my
Dangerous better than Bad. You don't think
no. I
Dangerous
haven't
got more
heard Dangerous.
filler?
Invincible.
Oh, you like my bad. You like Invincible more than you don't think
Yeah.
Invincible got too much filler?
Invincible does have filler, but it has like that arm. See, and that's the thing. To me, the filler really more so comes in towards the end of the album. So I'm like, all right, I'm already kind of, I got a good amount from this album already as is. Bad is kind of like mixed in between, and I'm like,
Oh,
and there's just some songs sonically, I'm not all the way there with Mike on.
yeah.
Especially when we go from Thriller and Off the Wall. That's the problem. I'm coming from those two albums, and
Hmm.
this is part of the Quincy run.
Hmm.
I'm like, I get it. This propelled him even more to stardom. This made him from superstar to icon.
Because you got like The Way You Make Me Feel, Dirty
Hmm.
Diana, like probably one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs of all time. I used to have that video downloaded on my Xbox back in the day. I bought it.
Smooth Criminal, Bad, the
Smooth
actual
Criminal,
title
yeah.
track.
Hmm.
I get it, B. But there's some stuff on there. In fact, let me see because I probably have Bad on here and I have some of the songs that I like on here, which I gotta actually go back to. But yeah, for me, I get it.
Hmm.
Iconic. That just wasn't it, Bad wasn't the album for me personally. Let me see some of the songs I didn't like. Speed Demon, Just Good Friends, Another Part of
Hmm.
Me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. It's in that middle part.
Yeah. But besides
Yeah.
that, I'm not saying it's a bad album.
It's just one
Bad
thing
is not
about
bad.
the Quincy run, it wasn't
Hmm.
much filler. Like
Yeah, exactly.
if you put all three of those albums together, you probably gonna have five skippable songs in my opinion. 5 to 6, maybe.
If you put all those albums together,
To me, yeah, my opinion.
I agree. Because I have maybe one skip
Mm-hmm.
on Off the Wall, one
Mm-hmm.
skip on Thriller, which is
Mm-hmm.
That Girl Is Mine,
Right.
and about three on Bad.
Yeah. I'm
So
saying it's in
my
there. It's a
math, your
single
math
digit.
is on.
It's single digit. If you think about that 3 album run, that's incredible.
I agree. No,
Yeah.
I completely understand.
Hmm.
But Invincible for me, like I said, especially coming off the Wall, and then we got Thriller, where Mike is implementing more different sonics
Hmm.
from just R, besides just R&B. He's putting rock and stuff in there, right? Going to Bad, I feel like he goes all the way there with the popness.
Yeah.
Going back, I feel like with Invincible, it's kind of like going back to your roots, but also in a more modernized way.
Modernized, yeah.
And see,
And
that's what I want because, like I said, Off the Wall, let's be real. Which one you got over? Off the Wall or Thriller? Which one you got over?
I'm off the wall, my favorite Michael Jackson album.
CB, when you got that groove, that soul,
Hmm.
B, I'm like,
Yeah.
I need that.
Yeah.
I need that.
And thinking about how you said it's the most expensive album, I'm thinking about around that time. I remember like the video of like Remember the Time, the video
You
of
rock
Rock
my
My
world,
World with him and Chris Rock. And even
Chris
just
Tucker. Mhm.
no, Chris Tucker, my bad, with him and Chris Tucker. And then it felt like a movie how they did it. And that was a long
Hmm.
video, real like
Hmm.
really high production. And just I remember I think that year was that year the BET Awards when he came out, he performed, Chris Tucker and all them. It probably was a year or so later, but that was
Hmm.
iconic. That was just so iconic around that time. And it was an
Hmm.
older Michael Jackson too, bro. I remember that whole era, bro. I'm old. Oh one, oh two, right there. Come on, man. I'm seasoned.
Yeah, I found out one of my coworkers was born in like 2004, and I'm like, you didn't live to experience anything. I'm like, you my brother's age. I'm like, this is
Man, oh
insane.
04, bro, I was in the fourth grade, bro.
Yeah, you're old. You should
Oh
be in
my
that retirement
God.
home soon.
Hey, one
But
day,
yeah.
B. Hopefully my kids don't put me in a retirement home, B.
Hey, B, what if they put you in a retirement home in the hood?
I'm like, hey, nah. Hey, they better do their dad better than that, bro. That mean they really don't like me. I'm gonna be trying to escape that joint.
Facts. They're gonna put a straight jacket on you, B. Hey, B, they're gonna put an alarm on your door. You know how you go to the common areas in the retirement
Yeah.
home? Hey, B, you gotta have permission to get out.
Oh my God. But
Yeah,
yeah, bro.
as usual, each week I gotta talk about something Michael Jackson since I'm going through
Hmm.
this, and I also gotta listen to something older this week. Hopefully, I can listen to some James Brown,
Hmm.
Whitney. I don't know if it's her debut album, but the Whitney
Hmm.
album, not Whitney Houston, but Whitney.
Hmm.
Hopefully, I can listen to that album as well. But yeah, that's about it for what we've been jamming. Let us know what y'all been jamming down in the comment section down below. But now it's time to get on to the news section of the show where we talk about the latest current events and music announcements and releases, Jesus, in hip
Hmm.
hop. Hard Rock, Slimy Fella, June 2025. You don't know who that is, do you? Or you're not
I
familiar with
looked
his
at that. I
music?
was like, who the F is this?
Yeah. He's one of those rage artists. He's one of those TikTok artists. You know, he's in that realm of like artists. I've heard a few of his songs. I've heard some of his last project itself. It was cool. It's that rage sounds very heavy.
Hmm.
I'm gonna check it out just to see where it's at. Hopefully, it's not too long of an album because I like the one song that went viral on TikTok and the little freestyle that he had as well on YouTube itself. But you don't know much about him. Let's move on to the next thing. More Pierre Bourne after Made in Paris drop. B, what was this about right here?
I saw that was it who I put it in here? Was it Kirko? Yeah, but
Probably.
no, it was NFR. They were saying Pierre put on his Instagram. He was like, another one. I'm about to run it up. He said he's about to run it up, B. We might have something after Paris. Paris coming out, what, 2 weeks from now?
I
Made in
think so. Or
Paris?
next week.
Yeah, he
Or
said
this
he
upcoming week. I
not
don't know. No,
27th.
it's
I think
up.
27th.
Oh, I thought it was 20th. Okay.
It's the 27th, so the next 2 weeks. So he said he about to run it up, B. He lied to us last year. So
Yeah,
now
he
he's
did.
saying he's dropping 2 albums this year.
Is he
We're
becoming
gonna
the next Kanye B? Next rapper slash producer?
Nah,
That lies?
he ain't on that level yet.
Oh,
This man
I said that
Kanye.
lies. Not that's crazy.
No. Did you see? No, Kanye lied to another extent, like crazy. Did you see that he pulled up to Diddy trial for like 10 minutes and
Hmm.
dipped?
Nah, I heard he
They-
got what's the term? When people walk you out. Dang.
oh, they
He
think what? He
got
think they got
escorted
kicked
out or
out? Oh,
whatever.
escorted
Yeah.
out? Oh, they say he saw too much nasty allegations. He had to leave. Somebody said they said they said Kanye turned normal when he heard some of the stuff going on in there.
Hey boy.
But
Hell Jesus. That's why he made that song me.
hey, you see, he remixed it, he switched it up.
That's what I'm saying. Hell
Yeah.
Jesus, whatever he
Yeah,
said.
yeah. But I don't know. Hey, I'm gonna check out the new Pierre when it drops, man. I'm
I
gonna
am
see
too.
what he gonna do. I just didn't see much news about what's up and coming. So I was stretching.
Oh yeah. Father stretch your hands, B?
Bro, I was Mr. Fantastic with this joint. You know what I mean? But yeah,
Feeling like
shout
Pedro
out Pierre.
Pascal.
Shout, hey man, call him Pascal Siakam. That's why I be called him. I don't know if you know who Pascal Siakam is. He's
No,
the
that
NBA
name just
player,
sounds
bro.
funny.
But I'm gonna check it out, man. Shout out Pierre, bro. He putting in the work right now. He's dropping an album. He said he
Now,
got
hold
more
up, hold
coming.
up, hold up. Let's see if he puts it out before we say he's putting in the work.
Hey, I'm stepping
Let's
over a little
wait.
bit, B. Just
Hey,
we
facts.
gotta
You
wait.
overstepping, B. Calm down.
Okay. We gonna
B,
see.
let
We
us
gonna
know
see
what
though.
albums is dropping this week since we ain't got nothing happening in hip hop besides
Ah,
nasty Kendrick Lamar stuff.
man, we got
Not saying that
Ghostface.
Kendrick Lamar is nasty. The drama
No,
behind it
just
is nasty.
yeah. You fans are nasty. Good
Yeah.
kid. I said good kid. Ghostface Killer, Supreme Clientele 2. This dropping next week.
You mean
Oh, this
next week?
dropping. Oh, we talked about this last week and
Hmm.
we put it in the see my mind getting twisted. This dropping this week. Hey B, you ready for this? We gonna put this in the Rolly Decky or what, man?
Oh
We
yeah,
gonna
of
review
course.
it?
We put the last one in there, and I crapped on the last album.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm just scared because Raekwon has been the only person really to make a years later after his album
Mm-hmm.
and create a really solid body of work with the
Yeah.
sequel album.
Okay.
This right here, I'm not sure
What
about
about
it,
Muddy
B.
Waters too, B?
B, can you tell us the next album that's coming
What
out,
about
please?
AB? What about Missionary?
Can you tell us the next album that's coming out, please, B?
We got Shay. Oh, why did I misspelled Noir? We got Shay Noir, the color
That's
of
that
chocolate
misogyny
too.
noir right there. That's why you
Yeah,
misspelled it, B. That
my
misogyny noir.
my bad, my bad. We got Shay Noir, the color of chocolate too, dropping. I think this probably be one of her little short albums. You know, she's been doing like the EP kind of style. So
Mm-hmm.
you know, shout out Shay. You know, we're gonna check that out.
Oh,
Then we got
let me talk to Shay real quick. Shay, I just got that album from Digger's Factory
oh yeah,
that I
biggest fact.
pre-ordered last year. I
Hmm.
just got that thing. I
That's what
pre-ordered that last year.
that's
God
how
dang
Digger
it.
Factory is though. It's like a it's like fan funded, like how it is. It takes a
Mhm.
while. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I
like
thought
that's
it
just how
was
they.
just like a pre-orders
Yeah,
because they got the Thames album on pre-order. They got a
they
regular version and the
yeah, it's like it's a different way how Digger Factory do their stuff. But yeah, they
B.
usually take a minute. I
It
think
took a
so.
while, B. I
Hmm.
just got that this
Just
week.
just 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 be happy that Air Vinyl's not around anymore.
You mean
That was
vinyl VMP?
nah, hey, Air Vinyl. And Shay used to release stuff from there, bro. You ain't gonna get an album, boy. You might not get it, boy. Oh yeah, it was nasty. But anyways, we got
Chargeback.
we got Maxo Mars Electric dropping. This is my guy. Uh, speak highly about Maxo. So we got another one, big release. B like we've been waiting on her to release something. You know what I mean? We got Scarlett, Scared Before Fame. What she
All
mean
you had
about
to
it?
hear was big release and her. Put it in the same sentence. You already know some BS is about to follow suit. That's all I gotta say.
B, I know you go listen to this because you've been searching for that next one up from New York. That next one, you know, Ice Spice. You had high hopes for her. She didn't really plan out, but you got Scarlett B. She got the crazy video she's marketing. She got the girl shaking booty in the back with a period blood stain. You know, you got the one arm bandit, the hood guy in the back. I mean, come on, bro. She does it all, man. She's versatile. She's unique. You know what I mean? Come on, B. I know you're ready.
B, that Ice Spice picture that just recently went up this week or video, that's gonna do more numbers in this EP.
Hey man, B, we don't talk about the numbers here. It's all about the music. The next project I got, I know.
That video of Ice Spice was better than everything Scarlett was about to put out.
Hey man, I need to see another video from Ice Spice. But anyways, we got Luca dropping with Static Selective, a lost language, lost language found. Talked about this a
Mhm.
few weeks ago. Ready for this?
Mhm.
I thought this album came out this week. I was so excited. No, last week,
Mhm.
this weekend, and it didn't. I was like, oh, it's the 20th. I was like, crap.
Mhm. I
But
will be
anyways,
listening to this.
yes. Oh yeah, B. I will make sure I send you a link for you won't forget. But yeah, I really hope this project plans out. I know it's gonna be good. But yeah, B. What we got in the current events, man? What's popping off?
Let's go ahead and talk about it. UMG, Warner Music Group, is Sony Music Entertainment, as we talked about it last week. And this news literally broke as we got done recording our last episode.
It's
Are
crazy.
reportedly in talks with the AI startup UDO and Suno, which Timbaland is in works with, to license their music as part of a settlement for copyright infringement lawsuits. B was talking about regulations with this whole AI thing. They're trying to get ahead
Yep.
of it. They're trying to get a little piece of bread of this because copyright. Look, some companies they're like, hey, we stopping this right here. Some companies are like, hey, you pay us a little bread or a little YOLA. You know, we might
Mm-hmm.
let this slide a little bit as long as we get a little cut off at the top every single time. You make some bread. B, how do you feel about this? Because this is something that you predicted, and they probably have cameras hidden somewhere in our studios where they could just hear our conversations. They're like, write that down, write that down. That's probably what they're doing right now, B.
B. These people, when it comes to like anything with being a capitalist, and especially being in a capitalistic society right now, right? Anything that we find like a loophole to try to like get away from the man,
Mm-hmm.
the government, anything,
Mm-hmm.
labels, all these big corporations, they already thinking ahead of us, bro. They already got the people, they already hired the marketers, the salesmen. They know
Mm-hmm.
everything. This it's hard, B. I feel like we're in a prison. Like
B,
you
they
try
said
to
that we not new to this. We true to this. That's what they said, B.
most definitely they true to the marginalizing people. They like just hold on, let
B.
me chill out. They getting the
Is
green,
patriarchy
B.
about to come up into this conversation? Patriarchy,
Nah, B.
misogyny, noir. That's
No,
the signifier.
no, it's just what it is, man. It just sucks that artists, bro. Like we're gonna talk about more AI stuff, and then these labels, bro. Like, oh my god, bro. It's just some nasty work, B. I don't like this, man. But I don't know how we gonna how we.
Hey,
I'm
there's no
lost for
escaping it. You
words.
just gotta adapt. That's all I gotta
B.
say. There's
I'm
no
lost for
escaping it.
words. Yeah, it's no escaping. We talked about it. You just gotta adapt and figure out your place because They're gonna find a way to regulate it.
The only
Well, they're
thing
gonna
that we
find a
could
way
do,
to market it and make their money off of it.
the only thing we could do now is artists got to go independent. That's that's the only solving of this because UMG and Sony, oh yeah, we're cooked. Hey, but Michael Jackson said it years ago, Sony is racist and exploit black artists.
Hey, Mike been trying to, bro. He been trying to tell us the game, bro. We didn't
Yep.
listen. I'm trying to fix
And
my
look at me,
light.
look at that. I'm still buying PlayStations. That's crazy.
Yeah. See, I'm gonna get that Xbox handheld. Even though
You
I
already got
technically already
one.
have it.
I'm about to say you already got it.
I already have it. I was looking at that. I was like, man, what the heck? What
That's
they
for
doing
people
here?
who don't know that ain't in the know, B. See,
Yeah.
you've been put on, B. Everybody else,
Yeah.
ooh, this is new. No, it's not. It's just themed. You
Facts.
idiot.
I don't actually like the joystick, how it looks.
Mhm.
Kind of piss me off. The
I don't
little,
like it either. I'd rather just get the actual like ROG
yeah,
and
yeah.
get you some grips online or something. Like, what are you
Facts.
doing with that? Come on,
Like I
man.
have I put like a little grip thing
A
on mine,
case,
like a
yeah.
case, yeah. So
Mhm.
it's fine. But the other little extra little humps, it's
Mhm.
nasty. It's nasty
Yeah, but
work.
you say you
I don't
want
want
that
to
in
do
your
with that.
hand.
Mm-mm. I don't want that. And they didn't even change the battery or nothing. Only thing that's changed, they changed like some of the buttons and stuff like that. What happened, people? What you talking about?
No. He's like, no.
What, bro?
But yeah, look, I used to want to be handheld crazy, but it's like I don't even play
Hmm.
the handheld I got now, so I can't even look at them like that.
Bree, mine over there just sitting on the
On the dock
freaking
collecting
shelf. I
dust
got a
on it.
shelf. It's just sitting there, bro. I was gonna buy a whole new Xbox to put in this office, bro, just to play. But I'm
Mm.
not I'm not even gonna do it because I barely can spend time here. You know, my wife just complains all the time.
Recorded conversation.
Hey, bro, she'll be all right. She know how I feel. We talk about it. She hear me through the door.
I ain't say nothing. I'm innocent.
Hey, man. Hey, I'm honest about my life.
Hey, me lie. But B, I know this is something that you're really excited for. The retirement home is going crazy right now. 3 6 Mafia, Bone Thugs, and Tech Nine are going on tour together.
B, what you think of the ad, B? Come on, bro.
Oh, B, it was so corny. You know
It
what it
was
reminds me
so
of? That
bad.
old ad of, or it was a scary movie where they got Scream or Ghostface. What's up?
Yeah,
What's
I think
up?
it's an old Bud Light commercial or something like that. Like a
Oh
Budweiser
yeah.
commercial. Yeah. But
Yeah.
no, what was so bad about it was like the edits they did on the phone. Like you could
Hmm.
tell like
With
none
the
of y'all
glitch.
called each other. The glitch and also them trying to call Busy Bone and he wasn't there, it was just a
Hmm.
picture of him.
Hmm.
It's like
I
they
was
couldn't
like,
even get
yeah.
him in the ad and then Juicy J and then like I'm like, come on, bro. This is bad. But anyways, you said will the unks support B?
Yeah. I want to know if the old heads support because I really don't know. I really don't hear about old heads really talk about 3 6 Mafia like that. Sometimes I feel like 3 6 Mafia is a bit too left field besides the 2000s hits that they came out with when they was really like accepted from uh Hustle and Flow up until the end of 3 6 Mafia.
I think people gonna support. I think it's more than the unks because you understand like you got Tech Nine involved in this, and Tech Nine is a cult fan base, one of the most successful independent artists. So them having Tech on there, Bone Thugs and Harmony, and 3 6 are legendary acts. They're legacy acts. So they're gonna pull
Mhm.
in crowds from different all age groups. I think it could be a fun tour, man. I think they'll support. I think it's gonna be cool, man. If we hear news that it ain't playing it out, but I don't think so. Especially with Tech Nine being on the docket with him, bro.
Mhm.
He's gonna bring in his cult fan base. So it's so dope. All three of these guys, these acts, kind of feel in that horrorcore lane, that like
Mhm.
far left lane, especially like early Bone and early 3 6, and then Tech Nine still
Mhm.
gives you that uncle that lives with grandma vibe still, like
Mhm.
the
That
crazy
creepy
uncle.
one.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. With
the
that
uncle.
beard and all
He
that.
gonna come out with
Mhm.
the do rag, so with the big pants.
He gonna come out with the
Yo,
spike belt jeans.
yeah, yeah. They be like, yo, like Unc be tripping, bro. That's Uncle Tech, bro. He be wilding. but
Facts.
but nah, man. Hopefully they have a successful tour, bro. But that ad was wild.
Yeah, I just really wanted to put that in there because obviously we know that Bone Thugs and 3 6 Mafia used to be in a beef, and the split between 3 6 Mafia, DJ Paul, really, and Juicy J, we didn't really see them together for
Hmm.
so many years. So to see this right here, I was like, all right, this is
Yeah.
actually dope to see. So I was like, I was kind of happy. Am I gonna go to the show? No, but I was
No.
happy to see.
But look, grown men, man. They all grown. They older, man. Some of these guys are
Hmm.
freaking granddads. So it's like no longer the beef, bro. What they gonna beef? They gonna beef have their tennis balls on their little walkers. When you want, like, come on, man, you gotta. They understand where they at in life right now. So, man, shout outs to them.
Yeah, facts. And the last piece of news we got, ending on a sad note, RP Sly Stone. Nah, I'm not gonna lie, B. I'm not as
Mhm.
tapped in as you are. Do I
Oh
know who
man,
he is?
yeah, yeah.
Yes. But do I have extensive knowledge like you do? No. So B, go ahead and
Mhm.
take this one.
Come on, man, Sly Stone, bro. This guy, uh, like a pioneer of funk, psychedelic rock, infused all this stuff, soul music, gospel, just amazing, bro. He's one of the first. I think he was the first artist to use a drum machine on product
Mm.
because his drummer left the band.
Hmm.
Bro had to do what he had to do. B.
Mm.
Um, it's just so
He had to
crazy, man.
automate that job, B? He had to automate
Hey, bro, that's what tech's for. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep it the times. His drummer
it?
left. He said, "Let me get this little rinky dink little drum machine." They showed
Hmm.
the kind he used too. I just can't think of the name of it. But like, bro, bro, he was like he did something with the pattern. Like he switched it up just to make it like, bro, just the innovator, bro.
Hmm.
So Sly Man, R.I.P. to him. Just like, hold up, bro. Just to look at like all the things he did, like at Woodstock. Like I said, I listened to one of his iconic albums earlier this week. He has more iconic albums. It just sucks that all the artists that he influenced, like it was a sad moment. I actually watched a documentary about his life that Questlove produced called Sly Lives, which is really great, emotional. It brings you really into like who he was, and it has like his brother. It has Drake's uncle because he also was in the Sly Family Stone band. It's not Dennis Graham's his dad, but Larry
Hmm.
Graham. Larry Graham was in it, like one of the what play that bass or whatever. Like man, incredible musician. I was like so it was just so crazy, B, to see all the people influence passed him up because it shows the downfall of him, and it has like Prince, who else was it? It was just so many people, but they actually like surpassed him off like the stuff that he pioneered, and he was trying to keep up with them, and it was just like, dang, they put this in a doc. It's just so nasty, bro. But like how they did it, it's just because he went down the wrong path, bro, and it kind of started getting a little trouble. Like him and George Clinton out here wild. You know who George Clinton is
Yeah.
when it comes to like the funkadelic. Like they influenced them as well. Like bro, Sly was a beast. Bro got married in the Madison Square Garden. Like he
That's some
sold
rock
out.
star type ish.
Bro, he was a rock star, bro. Like it was crazy how they showed how like he was the new face, like the new superstar, and like just just went down. But RIP him, man. I like to see that also in the documentary that him and his family, his kids, they got closer together the older he got. And his daughter was just like, yeah, he just, he started collecting cars. He was just a regular old black old man at this point. So I was like, that's dope, man. B, I'm telling you, you get time, bro. Check out you some Sly, bro. Some Sly in the Family Stone. Like you could see you could see like things change, which the early album all the way get to like I think the album Fresh, and those was like his first five. I think they first five albums are like the run. You know what I mean? Because and then you see just how advanced he getting, like how he switch ups the sounds and just even with his vocals and what he do. Like I forgot. I was trying to think this song that sampled him. But if you ever listen to it, it's off his first album. You're gonna hear the song, you be like, I know exactly what this is. You're gonna hear
Hmm.
a few things, you be like, dang, I know who sampled this. Like they're just
Hmm.
like pioneer.
Yeah, some people this weekend made TikToks of like, oh,
Hmm.
songs that were sampled from
Hmm.
Sly Stone, and I was like, oh, oh,
Yeah, yeah,
oh, oh.
yeah. Like bro a beast, bro. But yeah,
Hmm.
RP Sly Stone, man.
Yeah,
Dang.
R.I.P. Sly Stone. Condolences to his loved ones.
Hmm. Yes, sir. But yeah,
But
man.
that has been it for the hip hop news and current events and news section of the show. Jesus, sheesh. Let us know what y'all think about this down in the comment section down below. But now it's time to get into the music section, B. What we want to start off with? We got Slick Rick Victory and Drake's Thank Me Later 15-year anniversary. Which one you
We
want
can
to do, B?
we can go into Slick Rick, B. Let's get into that Slick Rick. There's Slick Rick the ruler. The ruler's back, man. 26 years later. What's
Slick
up?
Rick Victory. Let's go ahead and talk about it. This is his first album within what, 26 years, I believe, right?
26 years, man.
This was released on Nas's little mass appeal deal that he's having with a lot of artists where they're releasing a
Also,
whole bunch of albums.
also released through Seven Wallace, Idris Elba label as well.
Oh yeah, because Idris Elba did executive produce this album, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, if you guys are new to the program, I'm not a Slick Rick fan. Have I listened to his first album? Yeah. Do I like his hits? Like, kind of, yeah, I guess. But going into this album, I didn't have high expectations, right? 15 minutes, about what, 27 minutes or 38 minutes? I forget
15
which one.
tracks.
Yeah, 15 tracks. Going into this project, I was a bit scared because I say it all the time. He has that rhythm.
It's not like that, bro.
B, his all his raps sound like that. I got a bunch of shot to come, shot again. I'm like, all right, dog. Like these fairy tale raps. What are we doing? Okay. Nursery rhyme raps. That's what I like to
I
call
know
it.
what you know.
Yeah. Going into this album, and my boy Nas, he executive produced this too. Um, I'm trying to be as respectful as I can be.
Be you, B.
I'm trying to be as respectful as I can be, but I also got to
Mm-hmm.
throw a little jokes in there. Old heads was going crazy on the timeline for this B.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you guys only talking about the Nas feature? The whole album sounds good. Slick sounds like he's straight coming out the 80s. I mean the 90s with the sound. You're right, and that's the problem. I don't like this ish. I did not like this ish. This ish was boring. This ish, it feels like it just exists. Shout out to that boy Idris Elba getting his little executive producer hands. You know, he getting a little work on his hands, but with this, I get it. Slick Rick, legend.
Mm-hmm.
Nas, this guy pioneered storytelling rap. I get it, legend. Not ever going to take that away from him, B. But this ish was boring. The beat selection for most of this project was bad. The subject matter and the rapping was boring. I didn't get nothing from this. Does
Mm-hmm.
Slick Rick have charisma? Yeah, but it's with that same timey old flow. And B, some of the songs where he tries to do that little party, Dance
The
Revolution
house. The
music.
house.
Yeah, and he's trying to rap over that. What are we doing? But I will say, Documents with him and Nas, oh, fire. Best song on the album, easily. Easily. But Nas was doing his thing on there. But there were some songs that I thought was cool. Victory, I get it. Intro to album. Stress, Slick Rick and Gigs. I like Slick Rick's part. Stress.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the production on here is kind of reminiscent to the 90s sound and stuff that I probably would have heard in the 90s. So I get it. But hearing that song, but then when I hear Gigs, I'm like, okay, I'm taken out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Angelic, it was cool. Is that the one? Oh, my stress daddy. Body. Like, is that one? I forgot which one that was, but I was like, I like the beat on it. After hearing it about 3 times, I'm like, yeah, get this one out of here. I'm trying to see what all tracks I really liked on here because let me see. Oh, it's not liked up on my actual iPad. But I like Stress. Angelic was there. Landlord, I get it. You gotta have a few storytelling tracks. He's a storyteller, B.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, uh, mm. Mother Teresa, I think that was a skit more
It's a
so.
skit.
Yeah. So you're having my baby, another storytelling track. Mm. B, I didn't like nothing on here.
I
God dang
feel
it.
you. I
I
feel
like
you, B.
the 2 tracks I like was Documents with him and Nas, and the one he's like, so and so, I did that. Maybe in blind
Oh, the little
cool, I
spoken
did
word.
that. Yeah, I like that. Besides that, B,
Yeah.
Matrix, I was like, no, this is a no. It's one of them little house tracks where you're trying to rap on
No, no,
there.
no.
I'm just
That
like,
was Matrix a
was that
skit.
okay? Which one was
We're not cause I'm here. It's
oh,
before
that's the one.
Matrix. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did not like those tracks. To me, those tracks, I'm just like, this is not it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I respect Slick Rick for still wanting to make music 26 years later. I get it. Nas is like, yo, I got a legend. Like I'm working
Mm-hmm.
with a legend right now. I gotta put this album out. This album could have stayed in the tuck.
The
B
disrespect, man.
that big boy and Slick Rick song off of this art of storytelling better than everything on this album. Go ahead, B. Go ahead with your thoughts. I'm gonna pull up some of the songs I maybe liked on here.
Man, overall, as a complete project, 27 minutes. I like this. I had fun with this. I didn't like the house songs. You know, those are two tracks. I didn't like that, and I didn't like Foreign. Foreign is like the like reggae like samples. Hey, Grandpa,
Mhm.
what you think? And the grandpa said it was utterly trash. I was like, I agree with the grandpa at the end of the track. But overall, like production, it was Slick Rick. You know, like I said, he handled like 95% of the production on here. So it kind of fit, you know, his lane he wanted to go. He said he wanted to make a black album. So he had that house, he had some reggae, and you know, he has his, you know, the hip hop. I enjoyed it. You know, nothing is really like storytelling is a little here and there because it's short songs. So it's nothing that's fleshed out a full story. It's just little snippets. You know, he is a 60-year-old man. He worked on this album for like 4 years, he said. And I know the house influence stuff probably had a lot to do with Idris. No, Idris Elba, like he produced like house music. Like that's his thing. He's a house DJ. So that's some executive production. I'm pretty sure that like, hey, come on, man, Rick, let's get a little house in there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the skits was, you know, the skits was just the skits. I don't know. This is a visual album as well. It haven't came out yet. I don't think the visual part came out. So I'm waiting on the visual album to
Mm.
drop. It's a 30-minute visual album. So I'm pretty sure some of the visuals will kind of add more into the storytelling. But the production on here be I don't know. I love this, bro. It was so smooth and chill to me. It was an easy listen besides the house stuff and the foreign song. Like I love the what was it? What's that one track? We Are Not Losing. It was like more energetic, but had like a boom bap feel to it. Um,
Oh, that's one I liked on here too.
yeah, Spirit to Cry is like I was a fan of the production on it. I love the little piano and I love the flow. Like he fit in the pocket on everything he did. B. I love the Slick Rick. Like I don't know. I like that sound. Like nobody sounds like Slick Rick, bro. He's a one of one. That's why he did that. You know, he had two clocks at the clock store getting the wallabies. He did that. He had the gaudy. He had the gaudy jewelry, bro. He did that. He made being blind cool. He did that. You know what I'm saying? Like
See, that's
Slick Rick.
hard. That's hard
That's
when you bragging about you. That's
I'm just, but
hard.
that's Slick Rick though, man. Come on, bro. He's 60 and he's still that guy. You see the photo of him at AP News, him at Tribeca, him and Nas doing the interview. Come on, man. I don't know. I like this, bro. And another great adventure. I didn't understand that last track, but he was saying it was like he was a politician running for office. He had a daughter that was embarrassing, pissing on the floor. I'm like, what's going on in this track? But the landlord track is a track that's very controversial for a lot of people out here because people think landlords are evil. Slick Rick been a landlord for years. He's speaking in the perspective of a landlord, talking about his people. He's like, you know, being a landlord in New York is hard. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got these excuses to do this. I'm trying to get my rent money. You know what I mean? And then he was just like, I can't forget where I came from. I'm from the hood. I did Section 8 housing. I'm trying to give back to my community and help them. You know, it's not much on rent. It's a low paying. You know what I'm saying? I went the Section 8 route, but it's always a greedy look on to landlords because even at Section 8, even having Section 8 homes, it's also a benefit to the landlord in a way. So it's a iffy, bro. It's a yin and a yang. It's pros and cons. You know what I'm saying? It sucks. Cause I also want to know, like, I know people hate when people do landlord raps. Cause remember Killer Mike said, I'm a landlord on the last album?
Mhm.
People was like, what? Hey, Killer Mike, landlords suck. People hate landlords, bro. I'm a homeowner. I am not a landlord. So
You are a
hopefully
landlord of your child. You gonna make him pay rent
hey,
too.
he ain't got no, nah, he ain't got, hey, he ain't got no, he ain't paying no rent yet. But I'm just saying, look, but nah, I understand why people dislike the landlord track. Some people's like, I saw like a whole thread, like a little thread on Twitter. It's like, yo, this got to take him out the conversations of being one of the greatest because of this track. I'm like, bro, why are y'all upset about being a landlord? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I
I
just
wasn't
really don't
putting them in them
understand.
conversations even with that song.
All
So
right, here you go, right here. But
I put him in the
overall,
pioneer, but not the greatest.
overall, I love the documents track as well. Production was dope on there. Nas was
Mm.
really rapping on there. Rick was dope in the beginning. I liked it. Probably, yep, the best track on the album, especially from that Nas feature. But overall, man, I enjoyed this, man. If I want to give it a score, I give it like a 7 out of 10. You know what I mean? I enjoyed it. You know, three
Oh,
tracks I can
I
live.
gave it a 2 out of 5.
All right. Three tracks I could three tracks I can get rid of is the two house tracks and the track Foreign, like, you know. But other than that, I thought it was pretty cool. I like that it was short, and I'm ready to see the visuals. He have trailers and like little like snippets of visuals out there, but it's not a full concept. He has vinyl CDs, all that on Mass Appeal right now. And I was thinking about copping a cassette. I was thinking about
Okay.
copping a cassette. But oh yeah, man, I liked it. I knew you weren't
Yeah.
gonna like this because you always going
Mm-mm.
lottie dottie, and then likes the party. I
I
don't
told
cause
you,
trouble.
Lottie
I don't
Dottie,
bother
American
nobody.
Gangster, Lottie Dottie, American Gangster Party. I tell you, B.
Hey yo, shout out Slick Rick, man. The 60-year, like I love to see hip hop grow, man. I love to see us, you got older statement in the game, still producing music, building their catalog out. And this man ain't put an album out in 26 years, bro.
I know, and this
So
was it.
yeah, I saw. All right, here you go. I seen some nasty discourse on the timeline from one person. It's this one guy, bro. He be saying the wildest stuff. But he was
Mhm.
saying he said this. I know music is, it's all
Subjective.
subjective. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
He said that the Great Adventures of Slick Rick, his debut, is better than Reasonable Doubt. And I was like, I, why would you say that? You can big up the album without trying to say, "Oh, it's better than this album," but you can't do that, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't even go into the comments, B. I was just like, I'm gonna let him get his shit off. I'm gonna let you get your stuff off, bro. But you be wilding, yo. You be wilding on the TL. But overall, like I said, enjoyed the album. Shout out Slick Rick. Shout out Nas. Shout out Ilja's Elbow. Keep doing your thing. String a bell.
Nah,
The
I
Ruthless
just
back, B. He
no, he's
he saw
not.
Joey. He saw Joey put out the Ruler's back single. He's like, hold up now, bro. The real ruler is back. I'm dropping it.
B, I'm looking right here. I'm just like the amount of songs I liked versus the amount of songs that are blank is insanity.
Hey, bro. Just it's subjective. It's stuff
Uh,
you're not
and
rocking with it.
going into this album, I didn't know if like I wasn't catching something. I'm like, maybe there's like something I'm just not getting. And maybe the visual aid thing should have, I think it should have been there from the get go because the music by itself to me, nah. I get it though. It's a legend. Nas is working with a legend. To say that, oh, I work with Slick Rick, an
Hmm.
honor. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one ain't it for me. But that Nas verse though, that Nas verse got me excited for that Nas DJ premiere though. It got me excited for that. But yeah, this album right here, I didn't feel the Slick Rick isms. I didn't feel the I'm the OG. This is why you need to listen to me. I didn't feel none of that. I didn't get as much of the funny, like comedic charisma from Slick Rick. Boring. Uh, I don't know. But I did get that. I'm Jamaican. I'm American. I'm British. Like I got that, especially with him, putting a lot of those different sounds in here. Yeah, it wasn't for me though. That's all
Yeah.
I gotta say.
Not
Respectfully.
impressed about a 60-year-old man, actually producing this. I mean, not impressed.
I guess so. Oh, so I didn't know he produced it. So you
95%
giving
of
me,
it.
you're giving me more information besides that house crap. Because Idris Elba, if that was your addition to the album, yeah, we need to not let you look. You was good on American Gangster when you was doing the intro of the album. This I
Mhm.
don't know what you did right here. You went so left field. But I am impressed that he did most of the production because from someone who's 60 something, it still does sound a bit 90s ish. Got a little dust on it, but it wasn't horrendous. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Was it my cup of tea? No, but I could see people liking this,
You think
especially if
this better
you.
than Carter 6?
Oh yeah, but B, that's the bar is so low on Carter Six. Like, why would you even do that? Like, I feel like that was disrespectful to even compare this to the Carter Six. Like, I was being disrespectful to the album, but you went a whole nother level. B, like, I'd rather listen to this than the Carter Six. Yes.
I watched the Dead and Hip Hop review yesterday, and Ken
Mhm.
said Lil Wayne is the black Eminem. I said,
Mm.
ooh, that's a good comp.
Mm.
Hmm.
But
But yeah.
there's just this thing where it's like when the legends get to age and they still rapping, you can tell when they haven't exercised that pen. I always say it be on here. Writing lyrics and stuff like that, it is a muscle. Unless you're gifted talentedly like that, it is a muscle. You need to stretch it. You need to exercise it here and there. You need to make sure that your brain is still working all the way with that pen. You got to steel sharpen steel. The pen was very dull on this for me. But hey, I get it though. He's 60 something. You probably did this as a fun passion project. He's Slick Rick. He has all them chains. Them things probably done skyrocketed in value compared to back then. Hey, I don't know. You know, Slick Rick is Slick Rick. He's a legend. This doesn't to me what do they say? This doesn't put a stain on his career discography for me or anything like that. It's
Yeah,
just
because it's not a bad album.
uh,
It's this guy right
but
here, bro.
it exists. It exists. Look, it took up space within my day listening wise.
Man, it's 27 minutes, B. It's short.
Yeah, that was a whole episode of SpongeBob. I would have rather would listen to that and with no visual. But I think for this, I would need to see the visual to really comprehend or really enjoy this. That is the add to this right here. It's a complimentary piece of entertainment with this album right here.
Mm,
But yeah, hopefully he doesn't pull Childish Gambino and never give us the actual visuals for this.
mm, mm.
Yeah, because if he doesn't, then this definitely will mark the album down a few more grades. But yeah, Slick Rick Victory. What did y'all think about it? Did y'all enjoy it? Was I too disrespectful? Let us know in the comment section down below. But now it's time, god dang it, be for my boy,
Mm.
Drizzy Drake Rogers. King of the underground, might I say, me? King of the backpack rappers?
Oh my God. Here you
Let's
go.
go ahead and talk about the 15-year anniversary for Drake's debut album, Thank Me Later, following his mixtape So Far Gone. B, I really want to hear your thoughts on this because I believe it was earlier this year. You actually talked about this in what we've been jamming. So go ahead, B. Lead us into this one.
Yeah, man. I have obviously 15-year history with this album. I used to like this album a lot, and then I disliked it. And I actually listened to it recently this year, and I disliked it as a little bit. Then I re-listened to it twice over the weekend, and I'm back to liking it. I don't know what's going on with me, bro. I don't know. Maybe just nostalgia hit me, and I was just thinking about just what I loved about it then, and appreciating what Drake was, and what he is to the culture, and what he mean for music. And man, B, I don't know. Re-listen to this album, I'm like, dang, I think I was too hard on it.
You
I
are.
think I was too hard on it a few months ago. I don't know why. But anyways, started off with fireworks. Come on, man. Cool intro. Loving it. Karaoke, one of my favorite Drake songs. You know what I'm saying? Resistance. Cool track. Over. No, come on. Classic
Fuego.
Drake. Come on, bro. Then show me a good time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was like, hold up, bro. Hold up. He's 5 for 5. I'm out bucking. The Up All Night, cool. It has it brings you so back to that blog era of like Nicki rapping and like Drake doing this thing. It was a cool track. Then Fancy, I never really cared for this song, but I like T.I. verse on there. I just love how T.I. was in pocket on here. And then for sure.
This is Paper Trail T.I. when
Yeah.
he's articulating all
Yeah,
his
yeah, yeah.
words.
I liked how he was flowing on that. Shut It Down. I always thought this song was too long. It should have been toned down, shortened it down. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. Unforgettable. Come on, man. I love that track. With him and Jeezy. This might be the realest. Come on, man. Then Light Up. Classic. Jay-Z just showing Drake what they gonna do to you. Silly rap views, trying to distract you. Come on, man. It's the skies of a favor. Bro, come on. He like, I know all the game, bro. He's broken it down. If you think about what happened last year, it's like, bro, come on, man. Ho told you back in 09, 2010, he was telling you, gonna make this shit light up. Drake had a dope verse on there too, Wayne, and Miss Me. Miss Me, classic Wayne and Drake collab. Wayne was okay on here, you know what I'm saying? He was all right. I was super hard on Wayne around this time. Like this era Wayne, but he was all right. He was comfortable. He seemed like he was there mentally. CC interlude. Come on, man. Drake do his thing on them interludes. Fire 11 is a classic track, B. I was
Hey
like,
B, it gave us an even better song with Jim Jones's remix.
hmm? Anyways, you're wildin'. Thank Me Now. Love this outro, always have. I don't know why I was so hard on this album a few months ago. And I hated it like probably my junior year or senior year. I got to a point like, I don't like Thank Me Later. But Thank Me Now, real dope. See, one thing I miss about Drake, right? Right here, this era of Drake was like it always made me feel like, do he fit in? Should he be here? Like, what makes him stand out? And I started thinking like, okay, Drake has his to me he had his own identity. Like Drake was Drake. Drake's gonna bring the singing, the R&B. He's gonna blend little genres. The influence from like 808s. He loved him some Kid Cudi at the time. They used to be around each other. It's like that time of like emotional mainstream raps. People getting more into their feels. And I was just thinking like I felt like we lost this Drake after you read It's Too Late is like that era like that like we lost this Drake. We got more of a Drake, a more confident Drake. Not saying Drake wasn't confident then, but he always was unsure of like his place. You could tell he was battling like hope people don't think I'm a change or like those little things he always said like. And it felt like we lost this Drake a bit. And especially after like I said, if you read It's Too Late, he felt like he was trying to change, trying to be like this tough guy, and not really being himself. I don't know. I miss this Drake, to be honest with you. Like I know you have to grow as an artist, but it's just something about the charm of him just being like the new kid on the block. Not saying you could remain that forever, but to me, he fit better in this tone in a way.
Hmm.
Because it felt more authentic to me. He felt
Hmm.
more appreciative of like who came before him, showing homage. Even the Dilla, shout out Dilla. I gotta pull one up for Dilla. I come from the underground. You know what I mean? It felt
Hmm.
like he lost this. Like I know they say people change when you make money or become famous, but I really think you become more of what you are when you get the money. So maybe what Drake is now is who Drake always wanted to be. All he always was. He just didn't have the money, the confidence behind him to become who he is now. That's probably who he always wanted to be. I guess this is Drake trying to be the humble, trying to be I think this is more fake Drake than what Drake is now. We think Drake being somebody he not, but I think this is who Drake really is. But anyways,
Hmm.
you could do it, B. I think I'm just this planet, who Drake is now is who Drake really is.
Hmm.
Drake back then didn't want to like overstep his boundaries.
Hmm.
He was being more little, what they call it, not incognito, but he was,
Cautious.
no, yeah, he was cautious, but he was, what the, what they say when they infiltrated? He was like infiltrating like he was, he was trying to play,
He was like a chameleon blending in.
pretty much he was a chameleon. He was blending in, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, but anyways, I know you love this album, B. Speak on it.
Oh yeah. Uh, if you guys don't know, resident Drake Glazer over here, right? B, you could tell them. When I
Hmm.
was in high school, huge Drake fan. In
Over your
college,
hoodies.
huge Drake fan. Over your hoodies, over your chains.
Hey.
Bought the CDs. Some of my first few vinyls was Drake albums. What are we talking about here? This is the Drake I know and love, god dang it. Comeback season, so far gone. This, god dang it.
Mhm.
This came out when I was in middle school. I remember this album leaking. Me and the
Mhm.
homies was talking about it, and Drake still wasn't that guy that you could really talk about in hip hop conversations because it's like, oh, he's soft. All he talks about is girls. It wasn't Drake wasn't that cool guy back then, but Drake had those hits still back then. Drake was the hit maker. And going back to this album, especially over the weekend, I didn't really need to listen to this too much because I know these songs. These are like the soundtracks to my life to a certain point, up until like Take Care and all that, right? So going back to this album, I was just thinking, like, man, Drake really changed. And the huge change that he really had between his rapping ability and how he was sonically from this
Mhm.
album to Take Care, so crazy. But going to this, I was like, to me, this is like the perfect mesh of like a comeback season and Sooner Than Later with some of Wayne's, comeback season. Uh, what's the album called? So Far Gone,
Mhm.
with a mixture of mainstream radio hits and appeal and things like that. Obviously, we got the intro track "Fireworks" with Alicia Keys, who he wrote for with "Unbelievable." I believe that's the name of the song, "Unbelievable." Having her as an intro, Drake having this grand opening to the album, Alicia Keys on that hook. Oh my gosh! And it just feels so like grand of him like giving his intro to this album right here. Then we get the song "Karaoke," where he's doing his little light singing, his little
Mhm.
light rapping type thing happening. Then we get the "Resistance." This is like a top three song on the album for me, easily. Yesterday when we
We
were getting
getting
high, you
you.
were invited. Oh,
Mhm.
and then when he goes to that
You would have
rapping,
liked it.
this feels like it was something that was taken off of So Far Gone. It was
Hmm.
like, yo, this too far. I gotta put that on the album. I gotta say that
Hmm.
for later. This song feels like it should have been on I be one to call Sooner Than Later so bad, but that's a track off of So Far Gone. But The Resistance is such a perfect track. Just the whole vibe around the track itself. And then the way that it kind of like slowly builds up in the over. Oh, this song used to be it back then.
But then
Oh,
he end the song with saying it's far from over, something like they say.
yeah,
Some over.
uh-huh. And then
And
it
then
then like the beat kind of slowly goes into an intro.
mhm.
Intros over. What was it? I know way too many people here. Back then, that monotone Drake where he was like, ah, nah, 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 nah,
Hey,
that little nasally
who would
voice he
have
used to,
y'all?
yeah.
Yeah, he
He
used
does
to
that
kill
all.
me
He has
with
his
that.
little Wayneisms, that super duper flow that Big Sean
Yeah.
not really pioneered into this era with the super duper
Hmm.
flow. Drake has all that on this album right here. Show Me a Good Time is such a really good song produced by Kanye West and No ID. This song with the whole little sample, the actual bounce itself, uh, his little credits to, how you gonna let a backpack rapper get mainstream or whatever.
Dream, yeah.
Gotta pull one up for what is it? We
Gotta
should
put one
kick
up.
it like I like and Fife dog. Or I
Hmm.
forgot how the lyric goes or how he really pronounces it. But this is the type of track that you could feel Kanye's influence over this track, especially with that little chipmunk little
Hmm.
bounce.
Oh
I really loved it.
yeah. Yeah.
Hmm I love this. Up All Night is definitely that YMCMB Young Money song that we
Hmm.
need on here with Nicki Minaj giving a really good verse. I really like this. The ha 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 ha, the little throwback to Biggie right there. Then we get fancy. I don't know about you, B. I really enjoy this song. T.I. obviously stole the show with his feature verse, but I think Drake re-stole the show when they got to the second part of the song right here, where the beat kind of slowed down and got mellow. Swizz Beats is being ignorant all over the song.
Showtime.
Yeah, showtime. I'm like, I really didn't need you. You just like filler in between them, so I won't hear too much instrumental. That's all you doing here. Shut it down. I completely agree with you. This song is way too long for what it needs to be, and it's a slower song, so it definitely feels a lot longer than it needs to be. Pause on that. The Dream on here. He has a few corny bars here and there. This wasn't the dream that we know of now with the better songwriting. He had a few corny lyrics in here. And everything shut
Hold up,
down
Dream.
like
Hold up, Biggie. Hold up.
Hooters.
But now Dream was goaded around his time though, especially like even before this time, he was goaded. B.
I felt like every now and then the dream on here. I was like,
No, I'm talking about on this song, but I'm talking about that era of the Dream. You talking about the song, right? He was doing this before this drop. I'm saying
what?
he was goaded before this song dropped.
With what? Let me no. See, this
What
is a
you
Drake.
mean?
Let me. When did his album come out? The one with the Love and
What, like
Hate,
oh seven,
2007.
oh eight, or something like that?
Okay, Love versus. Okay, yeah. You're right. My bad. My
Hold
bad.
up,
My
boy.
bad.
You
I forgot
don't
I forgot Love
disrespect it.
versus Money came out. I forgot
B.
B. I thought I thought this was the era.
The Dream wouldn't have been on this album if the Dream was in the Dream. Think about it.
But my bad, B. I thought this is the Love versus Hate era. I mean, the
Nah.
Love slash Hate era. B. My bad. My bad.
Hey,
I
my bad.
apologize, B. I
My
wasn't familiar with the game, Dream.
my
I have a
bad. My
bad
bad.
memory with that. Now, B. I know you like this song, Unforgettable. I thought this was very forgettable, especially with the Leah sample.
Yeah, I like
I
this
could have
song.
done with. Yeah, I could have done without it. Me personally, going
Mhm.
back to this, I'm like, this is the one song. If I had to throw a song off this album, it would be this song right here.
Yeah.
This song literally does nothing for me at all. To me, this is like that filler song. Light Up, obviously, very good instrumental. Drake doing his thing. Jay-Z,
Mhm.
you know, feeding Drake and foreshadowing the events that have come from last year. He didn't foreshadow the lawsuit, but either way, foreshadowed a good amount of things on here.
Hey, he for sure a lot. Even before last year, people's silly rap fuse trying to distract me. Well, man.
I'm just saying, B. Hey, that Iceman coming out soon. Hopefully, he's coming out this year.
We gonna see.
Miss Me. This is the one thing where I gotta thank that boy Bernard Freeman, aka Bun B, on this one because you need to give this one to Drake and Lil Wayne. Because I heard the OG version of Miss Me because Miss Me was originally Bun B's song, but then
Mhm.
he gave it to Drake, which is why he says Drake, you got him right. Which obviously
Yeah, I got him,
Drake had the
bun.
Bun B. Yeah, facts. Which obviously Drake had the Bun B co-sign at this time. I'm glad that because instead of Drake, I mean Lil Wayne being on here, it was Bun B on that verse. Lil Wayne fit this verse a lot more than Bun B.
Mhm.
Bun B was way too aggressive on the type of beat like this. Lil Wayne has a really stellar verse on here. I really enjoyed it. It's very memorable and it was very nostalgic for me to hear Lil Wayne on this, especially after recently listening to the Carter Six. I needed this palate cleanser of Wayne. But Miss Me, I love Drake introing this track right here. I love this track. I remember this always being on the radio. CeCe's interlude definitely sounds like something that should have been on So Far Gone, which I really do enjoy, but all the way at the end of the album right here, right before we get into Find Your Love, which produced by Kanye West. B. I'm not gonna lie. I have a love-hate relationship with this song. I used to kind of love and hate it back then, but every time I hear it now, it's a nostalgic feeling. I'm like, yo, I love this
Yeah, it
song.
brings you back.
I
Yeah.
gotta find your love. I love it. B, I love it. And then plus, without this song, we wouldn't have got the Jim Jones remix, which is one of the greatest remixes we ever got. B, I'm trying to tell you. Was it? I gotta find my gun. I forgot what it is.
Bro, don't even. I saw somebody posted like a few months ago on Twitter. I'm like, oh my God, bro.
Go, go. And then we got Thank Me Now, which is the closing track, which I think Drake did a really great job actually closing out the album itself. And on the bonus track, which I wish was on the streaming version, 9 a.m. in Dallas, the first timestamp, and it's in the
Mhm.
goated city, obviously. Oh man, you can tell this is Drake trying to get in his little backpack rapper. I gotta be this guy flow. Like,
Mhm.
this is the first taste and sniff of the timestamp songs right here. This is such a iconic series of songs within hip hop. We got obviously timestamps. We got the heart. I don't know what other ones we got,
Or the
but those
storytelling,
are.
right?
Oh yeah, with Outkast. Correct,
Mhm.
correct. I still can't think of no other ones. But yeah, when it comes to
Mhm.
this right here, the timestamps are like cemented. Like, oh, you know, Drake is about to get into his rapper rap bag when he goes on a song like this. But overall, for me, going back to this album, I know. Shout out to our boy Don from Potty Mouth. He says this is Drake's best album. I disagree, especially with the little super duper punchline raps that he's doing on here, especially with Take Care, where he upgrades and like kind of like goes a bit away from Wayne's style
Mhm.
of rapping, like with less punchlines and more so like about lyricism, better writing in general. I don't think this is a bad album. I remember some people were really disappointed when this came out though. But going back to this album, I mean, I kind of like go back to tracks here and there often. But man, I love this project, man. This project brings me back. This brings me back to my middle school days. This brings me back to the PS3 era. This brings me back to Grand Theft Auto 4. This is before 5 was out, kids. This
Bro
brings
was
me
in
back
middle
to that
school when
era.
this drops. Crazy.
Facts. I was from middle school to high school. That
Yeah,
I was
it
in that
came. Yeah,
transitioning
it came out
period.
my sophomore year.
Old. But yeah, going back to this project, man. Just the production from Boy Wonder, 40, they're all over this project.
Mhm.
Jesus. Which Boy Wonder is one of the people that helped produce Family Matters, which is a disc that came out last year at the time of us recording this video. Um, yeah, going back to this though, like I said, I love this album. Drake lyrically, he's not all the way there yet, and he has his little punchline, super duper flow isms about him, which a lot of people say, oh yeah, he stole that from Big Sean, even though Big Sean brought it back in style, but Big Sean didn't create it. But overall, I had a fun time with this album. Is this the album that I would recommend to people who want to listen to Drake? Probably like a third or fourth one I'd recommend, but this definitely wouldn't be at the top of the list. But this is a really, really solid debut coming out of someone coming from the big three and coming out of the blog era itself. You can definitely see that obviously Drake was inspired by the 808s and heartbreak style of hip hop and Man on
Mhm.
the Moon itself. But going back to this beat, I'm doing too much glazing because I love this album. I got every time like this is one of the albums that when I hear the songs, I know what song is
Mhm.
coming next. This is that era of like blog era where I was like, oh yeah, this song's coming after this one. This one's coming after this one. I used to be surprised, like, why do old heads be knowing it like this? But I'm like, this is my era right here. I'ma
Mhm.
know this stuff. But yeah, B, do you have any other thoughts?
Yeah, I didn't have to re-listen to this as well. I just wanted to just because how I felt about it the last time I listened to it, and I was like maybe it'll change. Oh, excuse me. I don't know, bro. It's been like this for years. How I feel about this album, but yeah, bro. Drake became the machine after this. Drake became like the standard. He became the if you want your song to blow up, put Drake on it. Like this is a staple. This album technically made Drake the machine of like hip hop to music. This guy was everywhere. So yeah, shout out to Drake. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people has a lot of dirt on him right now. You know, it's nasty and I like a lot of stuff that's going on, but I'm not gonna forget the contributions and some of the great things he did, especially early on in his career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drake is a legend within hip hop. I don't care what anyone says, god dang it.
Hmm.
Yeah. If y'all B, were you disappointed when this album first came out?
When it first came out, I was like iffy, but then I played it like every day. I was a huge Drake fan. Like I played it like every day, like
Mhm.
nonstop. I played this song all the time, of this album all the time, bro.
Same. I
This
couldn't get away from this album.
this and I
Silent
think
Story.
no, hell no, I hate that album. It was this is still Man on the Moon that I was still was jamming. Even though Man on the Moon came out like my freshman year, but I was jamming them
Oh,
albums like crazy. Oh nine 2010, like crazy. Cause that's to me that's that's the blog era. That's the Drake, the Wale, the Kid Cudis, the Kendrick Lamar, like all that. That's all I listen to.
same. But yeah. Y'all let us know what y'all think about this album for the 15-year anniversary down in the comment section down below. Anytime I could talk about Drake musically, I will.
Mhm.
Well, at least older stuff, not the newer stuff like that. But yeah, let us know what y'all think about this down in the comment section down below. But B, now it's time to get into the conversation. It's time to get into the talks about the music.
Yeah,
What do you want to start off with, B?
yeah. I'm looking at. I still don't know if I want to touch. Do
If you're not sure,
no.
B, we can talk about something else. We can talk about
Yeah,
something else.
I can start with the JPEG Mafia and Earl and Uncle Al making the same music for the last 20 years. Because I think that can
20
go
years
into
is
it.
crazy.
Yeah, I think he was just yapping about that. He was
Being
just yapping.
hyperbolic about it,
Yeah,
yeah.
super. Because I'm like, Earl's like 31. Like he been making music for the
Facts.
same since he was 11. Like we know, I know what he meant. But yeah, bro, like I want to talk about how like I actually read the article and there was some inserts in here that I actually like wrote, just a little synopsis of like some of the stuff he was saying. So he was pretty much being he how he started this off being like a risk taker, right? He was like, I'm a
Mhm.
risk taker. He goes, I'm one of the only risk takers in rap. The rest of these mother effers literally do the same thing. Alchemist and Earl and them, they've been making the same effing song for the last 20 effing years. Nobody gives a ish. You know what I'm saying? I'm them. I'm here to the. I'm here to evolve, go further, go harder. I'm gonna do my ish. I'm not here to give people the bare minimum, and I'm here to push this further. I'm not wasting no potential. He said, I'm 35 years old. Tupac said a black man turns 30 and lose all his fire. I still have fire. I'm the hot shit. So overall, he's talking this ish. You put a mic, you put a journalist in front of an artist, he gonna speak his mind. He's gonna let him know how he feel. He's bringing back that old feel how they used to be in the Vibe magazines. You know what I'm saying? The double XL. What you feel about this, B? Do you like his confidence? Do you like the stuff that he's saying, or you think him using Earl and Alchemist as an example was poor? It's a bad example. Or what you think?
As someone who isn't favorable of Earl's newer stuff, but likes Alchemist production, but I didn't like Voyeur Dyer. How do you say it?
Yeah,
I didn't
Voyeur
like that project.
Dyer.
To me, it sounded all the same. I like the confidence. I like the enthusiasm. It just shouldn't be coming from JPEG Mafia.
Mm,
For him to say that no one cares, but I feel like Earl has a huge cult fan base. Him and Mike, all that little
hmm
Acousto and all of them in that same realm. People was getting hyped when Earl did that one, something, I'm chilling like Gaza, whatever that line was. People
Yeah.
was getting hype on that for a whole day when it
Mm,
came to Earl just spitting that line. People still use this as a meme from Earl. JPEG Mafia, what do they use for you?
mm.
JPEG Mafia, I see that you're sonically different from them, but I don't think you're the biggest risk taker in music.
What do you think
I
about a
don't
bigger risk taker?
I don't know. That's why I can't say he is the biggest one
But out of
because there's
any,
so
I'm gonna give you this. By any risk
go
taker
ahead.
you know, of people that kind of like does all type of crazy samples and just blend genres, who do you think do it more than him or like at his level with the notoriety that he has? Do you see any other artists that you know
The
that does
problem in
that?
this conversation comes because you gotta remember I never really listened to JPEG Mafia. I never listened to an album by him.
Well,
His
he
last
listened to
album
Scaring
was
the
the
Hoes
only
too,
one.
right? I mean, Scaring the Hoes with him and Danny Brown, right?
But I didn't know if that was like a mesh between him and Danny Brown or like what. Like you get what I'm saying? Like
I'm saying,
because when it comes to a collab album, you
mm,
kind of have to like
But I'm saying
Not
hearing
mended.
hearing that
Mhm.
album, what sounded like that? Have you ever heard hearing Scared the Hoes with like the Kingdom Come, I mean the Kingdom Heart sample and all that crazy stuff?
The most I kind of hear with crazy samples, but they're not done well, is like in the Rage sound, the SoundCloud sound, but they don't do it as well as JPEG Mafia. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like in the Rage sound, they will get some crazy samples or something, and they'll just put some 808s on it.
Yeah.
Like it's not done well, but I get what you mean,
Mhm.
but I can't pinpoint it. But also, I don't listen to JPEG Mafia's music enough to
I know,
really
yeah.
make a concrete stamp on that. But to say that you're the biggest risk taker to your notoriety at your level, maybe, because I can't think of no one off the top of my head as of right now. But what's the best way I can say this? I
Wrong
think I would rather
Messenger.
listen. Yeah, and plus I'd rather listen to Earl than I would JPEG Mafia, probably, or at least older
Mhm.
Earl than JPEG Mafia. His last album wasn't bad. It's just nothing pulls me back to want to listen to it again.
Yeah. It's all subjective, it's all
Of
acquired
course,
taste.
yeah,
Especially
it's
when it
music.
comes to someone like JPEG Mafia. Another like insert he has was like he said this, right? He said this about the underground, because he know
Hmm.
he's kind of affiliated with the underground scene. I said, you know what? F these niggas. I can do it better. And I got in the music industry and I got better than all the effing underground artists. Now it's time for me to take it further. I don't want to be in the underground no more. These niggas suck and they're boring and they're losers. That's exactly.
I always felt like JPEG Mafia was a bit attention seeking. Like he was a
Hmm.
bit of a cloud chaser because every time I see him on the TL, it's for him saying something not like off the wall, like a Kanye off the wall, but it was something like attention grabbing and seeking. And I see people talk about more of what he says rather than his music,
Hmm.
personally speaking. I know he has a cult fan base because I know he says he doesn't make music for the white kids that jerk off in rooms or whatever, but he actually really does. So uh
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like that's hard because it's like his music isn't bad from what I've heard. Like I said, I like scaring the H words. I like the
Hmm.
DLC pack that they dropped. I will lay my life down for you. It was cool. He doesn't wow me rapping wise. Production wise is to me his more stronger suit than his rapping performances.
Hmm.
Uh, I think that he will never be mainstream though.
That's what he wants. He
I
want to
don't
be
want
the
to. I
number
don't.
one.
Oh no, no. See, that's how I know he just be trolling and cloud chasing. Like he won't. Not with his sound.
He
No offense. The
they
closest that
act
someone could get to something like that is a Travis Scott.
Yeah, they asked him like what do he think about the future of rap music and like other artists maybe in the mainstream fusing horrorcore music into hip hop or whatever because he comes from the horrorcore scene. And I have insert he says, I think a lot of people are gonna jump on it because what people are gonna do is they're gonna realize what guys are doing and it's boring as ish. People yearn for something new, especially in rap. Which, be honest, I'm yearning for something new now. I want to know who's the next guy. Like we've been talking about this for the last year. Um, we don't want to hear Drake complain about bitches no more. We don't effing care. He's 40 years old. We need something different. I'm here to try to provide and cultivate that as much as I can possible because rap fans are effing bored. The ideas of doing something different is taking different sounding ish, what he said, and throwing trap drums on it. And that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to really F it up. You get what I'm saying? And if I'm not, I did not do my effing job. Conscious rap has Nas, trap rap has Future, experimental rap has me. That's it. He's speaking his talk, B. He's talking his talk. Now, I
I
think
respect
that,
it.
yeah, I expect it. I respect what he's saying. And like, I actually really don't disagree with him with the whole situation of like Earl Swisher, Alchemist, like not even though like them making the same song or the same sounding music, in my opinion, I don't really have a problem with because he even himself in this interview, he said, "Oh, I like the place that rap is in because it's room for everyone." But at the same time, saying that, "Oh, these people making the same songs, it's like a problem." I don't get it. I'm like, how could you say that and also say hip hop is in a good place because you can go get whatever you want. That's why it's like, yes, I criticize Future sometimes. Like Future does the same thing, but
Because
if it's
you're a
not
hater.
broke, I'm not a hater. If it's broke, you don't fix it. I like Earl, but sometimes you get fatigue, so you just move on. It's like me. I had Griselda fatigue. They was making the same music to me, but yeah, at the same time, I was boosting it up when I liked it. But then when I went away from it, I had to separate myself because I was getting too much of it. I feel like I'm not gonna go into like criticizing an artist no more because it'll give me the same dish. I'm just gonna move and eat something else pretty much. And maybe have to come back because I ain't tasted it in a while. And maybe I appreciate it more because sometimes you can just get things can get redundant to you and you just like, okay, it's the same shit. Whatever, whatever. And with JPEG Mafia, one thing about him, you could use that example for him. All he gonna do is try to something different, some wacky sample. Wow, he's pushing the genre. No, we know what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? His thing is, if we want JPEG to do something different, will we say tone it down? Like, will that be different for him? Strip all the little samples you're doing and just use original production. Could you do something with that? I don't know. I think you could just pull this on any artist because I feel like artists kind of I feel like most artists stay in their lane. Even with Kendrick, right? Kendrick albums sound different, but Kendrick stay in his lane. Concept wise, his music is a little different. Sometimes production doesn't really go too further left, but he kind of stays in his lane in a way. You know what I mean? JPEG, yes, he does all the crazy samples, but like it's not many artists out there that kind of just grab a genre and throw it out the way and just go to a whole new genre. We got artists that do it, but not most artists. And I don't think that what's gonna make you to the top. You get what I mean? To be more like a mainstream artist, a big artist, I feel you gotta be more formulaic. You gotta follow that formula of like a hit song.
Boss Man
That's my
Hilo,
opinion.
Big X and
Yeah.
Bud.
Not even that. They don't even do it. They can't do it. They ain't reached that level. That's just
Oh, you mean
generic
like a
trap. Like,
hit
I'm
song? I'm
talking about
thinking
like
of
hit
radio
hit
play.
songs like Drake.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like songs like Kendrick,
Hmm.
like having that type of people around you, being involved with those type of writers and having connection with those type of features and stuff. Like you're gonna have to have that formula. You're gonna have to get like a SZA. You're gonna have to hook up with a
Hmm.
Drake, a Kendrick, a Taylor Swift. Like that's what I'm saying. What artists B that's a big mainstream rapper that have Billboard hits that can do what JPEG does? Like everybody that does that type of
Like I
stuff,
said,
who they got?
the closest is Travis Scott. The
But I'm saying,
closest.
look
And I
who
think
he
that's
linked
off of
with:
name.
Drake, Kanye
Hmm.
West, the Kendrick
Hmm.
Lamars,
The other big
the
names.
Futures, the Young Thugs. Like they all in cahoots with each other. So we get to a point where we even tired of that. Ooh, Young Thug and Future. I saw some people like, all right, like we don't care that Young Thug and Futures put out a song together. I think
Yeah.
hip hop as a whole has fatigue. I feel like I've been saying this. I've been saying this, B. If you look at it in the mainstream, hip hop is in a bad place. But overall, I think it's in a good place because we still have substance and rap underground wise and other artists that's up and coming. With like McKinley Dixon, he got a new joint. Fire. But
Hmm.
what I'm saying is mainstream wise, we are lacking
Yeah.
creativity. We're
Hmm.
lacking hit power, like hits. Everything is from legacy acts now. Kendricks, the Drakes, you know, the Kanye Wests of the world. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Those type of guys. Where's the new artist at?
I
Who's here
think it's
to
more so like a rap caviar fatigue. Because someone said features we don't need anymore on it was a tweet this weekend. Features we don't need anymore on albums. 21 Savage, Lil Baby, Young Thug, Travis Scott, Future, Lil Durk, and dang, who was the other name? Don Tolliver. I'm like, that's all just rap caviar.
they not tired of the Drake and 21 Savage, the Drake and Young Thug, the Drake and Future, the
See, my thing is this. People say that they're tired. I think that's just the vocal minority being tired.
I,
Obviously, big rap fans, they can't be that tired because they still listen to it. This is stuff that's still making playlisting. Obviously, they making playlisting because they're big names. And off their name alone, they're gonna get into those playlists. Like a Sexy Red now, like a Glorilla
mhm.
now. They're gonna get on these playlists, but it's like people still streaming it.
Yeah.
People I agree with you, B. We are in the greatest space of music right now because anyone has access to anything that they want to do.
Mhm.
You could go to YouTube and make and learn to make whatever you want. You could upload it. You could cultivate a fan base. Anyone can find your music nowadays.
Yeah.
We're just lazy. It's
We are
just
lazy.
lazy. Not us specifically, but it's like we're in the greater space of like someone like a JPEG Mafia can be found, can make noise. Not on the mainstream level, because I don't think his sound is mainstream enough, or palatable for the mainstream audience.
It's
I
not.
can't see JPEG Mafia being on a Rap Caviar playlist.
And as we say this, I'm a segue, B, because want to know what's gonna be the new voices, B? AI.
Segway King over here,
Yeah.
B. Okay.
Look, we want new voices, we want new faces, bro. They finna start creating these niggas like creative players on video games. Because all you do, you create a player, you make that player resemblance like some of your favorite players. You know what I mean? All you
Of
soup up
course.
every category.
Hmm.
That's pretty much what's gonna happen. You're not gonna make the hits. You're not gonna have the new face. We're gonna do it for you. We're gonna take what
That's
you, you know what I'm saying? B, what?
talking about y'all don't want to do it. Oh, we'll do it for you.
We gonna do it for you. That's pretty much what we going to. And what we could talk about right now is Timbaland himself, the legendary producer from Virginia, from the likes of Aaliyah, Missy Elliott, you know what I'm saying? Who else? Pharrell.
Hmm.
All these guys work with this man. Jay-Z. You name him, he worked.
Genuine.
You know what I'm saying? Genuine. Drake. Come on. What's that one Drake song him had? I used to like.
Thank me. Oh, say something.
Yeah. Say something, babe. Say something, babe. And you see Timbaland in the back.
No, there's this one person on TikTok. They're known for making Timbaland faces. Like I guess he was making weird faces in the old music videos where he'd be like, hmm.
Yeah, he's gonna be wilding, bro. Yeah. Bro, but Justin Timberlake. Come on, bro. The
Oh
list
yeah,
goes
go,
on.
go.
The list goes on and on. So we talked about Timberland last week, and we was
Sadly.
discussing how he's collaborated with Suno Music as an
Mhm.
AI program or whatever. So some controversy popped up. B, we got this producer, Instagram producer. I think he worked with some artists as well. There's out here some rappers. It goes by the name of K Fresh. And Curtis King actually, shout out Curtis. He's been trying to put some light on this, like, yo, this is dangerous, especially for for music. And it sucks that it's happening in hip hop, B. Like it's going into hip hop first, which is kind of sad because all the other things that happen in hip hop, what happens to this genre, and a lot of our artists don't get, they just do or get their credit or not even get, some of the money and stuff that they deserve. They've been effed over, bro, even from people that look like them. Because capitalism, right? You just, anyways.
Add the
Now,
patriarchy in there too.
so now AI is infiltrating music and it's starting with hip hop first. It's like when the crack hit the black neighborhoods, like AI hit the black, hit the black music first. You know what I'm saying? They threw the crack in the hoods, that they throw the AI in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So and then we got the nigga that's pushing the crack, and we got somebody that look like us, like Timbaland. Timbaland, you pushing the work. You pushing the work to your people, bro. What's wrong with you, bro? So,
Mhm.
anyways, Timbaland months ago released a short like YouTube or Instagram clip of him, saying "Baby Tim, look at Baby Tim work." It has like it's production when it infuses this hip hop song, and at the end it was like I want to say a bachata. I don't know, like some Spanish origin type of music infused in
Mhm.
it as well, which he actually combined like two artists' music together, and one of the artists actually be K Fresh. He said he was getting comments like, "Yo, Timbaland stole your beat." So Timbaland was saying last week when he was talking to Young Guru, I don't use the prompts for other people's music. None of the people that's submitted to me or nothing. I don't have access to do that. But I submit my own beats, my own music. My nigga, how do you not have access to submit other people's music, but you can submit your own? You can just submit your own music or somebody else's music as is your own. It's a
Mhm.
tool, it's a program. You can easily upload a file. We're not stupid. And it was so crazy how nonchalant, so like he was being like obtuse about the situation pretty much. Like
Mhm.
he was trying to downplay. He was kind of being disrespectful. I don't know if I watched like an hour of that. He was getting up, going to the bathroom, people talking. I'm like, Tim, what are you doing, bro? Like you not he just want to hear people's thoughts and he's just like, I'm not worried about it. Like I'm still gonna do this.
Yeah,
And
of
it's kind of
course.
it's just crazy. So, anyways, he's a partner with this company too. He is a part owner to I'm not an owner or none of that. Bro, you have anyways, my point
Just
is
lying.
my point is they did another live, right? And one of the men on the live said, so we got this K Fresh song. They bring up the situation with the production B. Tim goes, It's a tool. It was just to edit. I wasn't gonna sell that. I wasn't gonna post that like on streaming service or something like that. Come on. Um, Pretty much. I was just showing you how powerful the AI is. And actually, Ghostface called me about that beat. So look, I'm gonna get in touch with the guy and let him know, Ghostface want the beat. So I pretty much did justice. Nigga, you could have tagged that man,
Mm-hmm.
shouted him out,
Mm-hmm.
send him information, even though the guy said he already have information, contact with Ghostface. He sent them beats before. Timbaland, bro, just be honest, bro. You're using people music.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing it. And it just you making yourself look crazy. Like, all right, AI, like you said, B, like we both said, we can't escape it. We can't run
Mm-hmm.
from it. It's here already. He's trying to be ahead of it. But like, bro, what you doing is really disgusting. And it's so crazy how he sees it, but he's so much in it right now. He just going, B. He just own it. And it's just so nasty that this guy right here that's making he's on the ground, like he said, I'm on the ground, bro. I'm putting in work. Like I'm not no big artist. 19-year-old me is happy that Tim did this. But as a grown man, I want some respect. I want some. Come on, man, you can't just do that. You
And I
can't.
respect it so much. I respected it so much. I
That's
was like, I understand.
That's crazy, bro. So, Timbaland, bro, you out here being really nasty. And we always got to sing your praises before we bring your ass down because we know what you did. We know you're a legend. But what you doing to other artists, younger artists, underground artists is not right. It's not right. And calling and he's calling the AI baby Tim.
I don't think Timberland realizes who he is or who he used to be.
Right. He calling it baby Tim, B. Just, that's
Nah, B is going
disgusting.
is going to create the next Aaliyah and Genuine and all of them. Come on, B is going to create the next Missy Elliott.
It's just I don't. It's just nasty work. He's trying to get ahead of it. Like how all other people, when they find some new tech, you want to embrace it. You want to get in. I want to know. I want to know the ins and outs before this becomes super global. And like, I understand that point of view. I understand it, but the way you going about it is just not right, man. It's just not right. And I don't see how he don't see that.
I think he does see it, but I think the thing is, B, he's old. He ain't got no emotion no more. People don't care. B, what did I tell you? I was watching him I seen him on TikTok lives plenty of times before this whole AI thing happened.
Mhm.
B, did you ever hear anything about Tim since that verses up until now?
The freaking Biggie verse, the AI Biggie song he did in like 2023.
And notice how you only hear about him because of controversy. Never, oh, he's trying to break this new artist. Last time he tried to do that with Tink, it failed miserably. Even though
Yeah.
Tink is doing her thing now, but she had to, ooh, it hurt
B.
her career. It stunned that.
Before you
But
start, you know what I thought of? Timbaland's like a
what?
mad scientist, bro. This nigga trying to recreate something,
Mm-hmm.
and now he went into like the tech wise, you know what I'm saying? And he always
Mm-hmm.
been like this technology guy, even from his sounds, his beats, how he did his stuff. He was like
Yeah, AO
advanced.
technology, B.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Even with his patterns, his drum patterns was different. It was all like a kilter, you know what I'm saying? He was like, I used to do that with spoons. I had to use the utensil around me. But anyways, keep going, be my bad.
We only talk about Timbaland when it's controversy. Timbaland ain't got no emotion. He's an old man. And this kind of brings me to an interview I watched recently this week of Dark Child going on Breakfast Club, talking about his experiences with Michael Jackson, talking about, because he's getting into the Songwriter Hall of Fame. And
Mhm.
Teddy Riley is the one inducting him in there. I'm just thinking about it like this because they asked him, how do you feel about what Tim's doing right now with the whole AI situation? He was like, produce like nowadays artists, and I'm not blaming the artists on this,
Mhm.
but we do have to take accountability for it. Technology has changed the game of like how we record music now. He said he says artists don't want to listen to producers no more. He says Timbaland, look, he's doing this whole thing because that AI can't talk back. He said artists
Mhm.
can talk back when you try to when you try to do something like back then. Oh, artists should stay in the studio all day. Nowadays, they don't even want to pull a 4 hour shift in the studio.
Mhm.
But he was saying like, oh, like Timbaland has to be kind of creative to write the prompts because now he can say, oh, make this song and it'll just make a full song. It's like you
Mhm.
had to put in that prompt, you had to put in certain things. Though obviously he was saying that he doesn't agree with it because
Mhm.
the human experience, the real emotion, that can't be brought out through AI. Like maybe you could get someone to voice it for you sonically. how am I saying this? He's building music SKYNET. That's all he's doing. But I feel like there's a level of it to where it's like, will people want to listen to an AI artist though?
That's the scary part, B, because I think so.
I think the level of like authenticity keeps breaking every single like year in hip hop because remember B when 6ix9ine went to jail, everybody was like, oh well, we no one's listening to 6ix9ine. He ain't gonna do nothing when he comes out of jail. And while I feel like his career has declined because of who 6ix9ine is rather than the stuff that he got involved with, literally when he came out of jail, he came out with that song. A bunch of people was listening to the song, B.
Hmm.
The whole thing with Gunna back then, even though I don't fault Gunna for anything, right? The whole thing about hip hop, no snitching rules and stuff like that.
Hmm.
He came out B. Gunna's doing well.
Hmm.
The barriers of like what people are so accepting of within hip hop now, and within music in general, because we don't even know if Playboy Cardi used that AI thing on his voice or whatever. Which for me, I'm cool with using AI, kind of like auto tune, where you got to fix something up or like correct something. I'm cool with that.
Not Freeway, Benny Siegel.
Yeah, like I'm cool with that where it's like, okay, like I'm doing this and it's me, it's my
Hmm.
likeness. It's just like, it's fixing something that I can't, like a DLC. If he were to do something
Hmm.
like a Beanie Siegel,
Hmm.
I wouldn't be too mad at it. It
Yeah,
might
that's
sound
different.
dusty, but yeah, that's different. But creating a creating a whole artist, creating their whole persona and identity online. Imagine it be, how artists have to cultivate their fan bases like on
Hmm.
social media and stuff like that. Imagine someone saying, put a prompt of me performing in front of thousands of people in the audience, making it look like, like I'm just having the
Hmm.
crowd go crazy. B, think about these pages that on Meta, they're making these AI fake pages where it's literally a bot behind the page or whatever. It's not an actual person. And these people can actually interact with other people, talk to other people.
Hmm.
They behind something, B. They trying to
It's
do something. They trying to take the consumer out, B. B.
yeah,
They trying to make the streaming farms inside the streaming itself, B.
B. It's like they already have. We got the Oculus Rifts. We bringing. You can go to like
You could buy the
concerts.
virtual concerts.
Yeah, concerts, sports events,
Mhm.
and I sat and I was thinking the other day, and I was listening to something about AI, and I was trying to like, what is something that we used for years that's not AI, but kind of not human, but human? Like, all right, I started thinking about cartoons. Like, it's animation. It's not actually a physical being, but you have humans doing the voices. So
Yes.
this made me think how when you brought up the question, will people listen to AI music? I'm like, I think they will. Just think about like animation. Yes, it is AI, but it's also still a human behind it trying to do these prompts. They working on it because even when you do a prompt and something come back, you still have to alter it, or make it sound a little better because we not at the level where AI is like perfect or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was thinking about like
Not yet.
cartoon. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I was thinking about like animation and things like that. How we got attached to different animated characters, and then I started thinking about the gorillas. The gorillas are actually, two guys actually doing the music, but we all love that computer digital gorilla animation they have of like the characters. It was always cool watching videos and things like that. So that's why I was like, bro, they can easily do it, bro. Like people will easily have their favorite artist be like an AI artist one day. We can easily be sitting on this podcast and talk about the new AI artist. Like it's a regular person. They
We
like you
already
said,
have.
who you say B?
The person you always say.
What's his name? I can't even think of his name right now,
Nicky
bro.
Diamonds?
Yo, Mickey Dobbins, bro, fucking AI. But but I'm saying like I think it's possible, B, and I think we heading into that direction. It just sometimes we can't see it, but it's here.
B, think about it like this. Even though the purists are already the minority, the purists are about to be so outraged. That's all going to be the discussion. But I think the thing with it is like, how can this generate money if the purists aren't buying into it? Because yes, I know like the mainstream, I mean like the mainstream audience buys into things, but
Hmm.
certain things like will it be worth selling? Can something that's AI generated or AI made be worth selling? Like will people actually buy that versus
But
like, oh well, it's not someone I'm supporting, so why do I have the need to buy it? Even
What
though
if
people don't buy stuff now, won't this push people to not even buy it even more?
I don't think so.
I hope
Because
I'm articulating that
I
right.
think I understand what you're saying, but what if they find a way to humanize the AI? Like, I don't know, use a actual real human as the mascot, as the avatar. Kind of how like they did back in the day with people lip syncing and stuff. It had other artists actually doing the music,
Mhm.
but this time they have like a real face, real person being this character, but the whole time it's all AI, and this person's just the front person, the front man, front woman. Like Tata actually a real Japanese lady or something like that. But all her music is built by AI, the voice, because they can implement all that stuff in the sounds and the mics when you live performing and everything.
So something
So
like a Hatsune Miku.
I don't know what the hell is that.
Hatsune Miku is like it's like a mascot from, it's like an idol mascot from Japan. Idols are basically like these pop stars, like in
Hmm.
anime generally. And
Hmm.
Hatsune Miku, you've seen her if you're in the anime. She's like
Okay.
this girl, blue hair, long pigtails.
Hmm.
And she's like a Japanese idol where it's like she's a mascot for every single thing. She's mostly known as a mascot, so they're always selling merch of her, always selling toys of her, always selling music made by her. But I don't think it's an actual person. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
So I think we've already kind of hit that, but but something digitally made. It's something animated wise.
Hmm.
So I kind of see where you're going at. I feel like we kind of already hit that because Hatsune Miku, it's not a singular, like it's not like an actual person behind it. It's an anime, mascot or whatever. And like I
I'm
said, they
saying,
sell merch of her. They
I'm saying
sell songs of her, albums of her. She has that stuff.
that's why
And
I'm
you was
th
saying that about the gorillas thing.
hmm No, I'm just saying that's what I'm thinking. What if they do that, but kind of like in America, a reverse version in a way of like having a real person doing that. It's kind of like how we do with animations. Like we have like cartoons. We got characters that's iconic. You got SpongeBob backpacks. You got all these movies. Blase, blase, blase. What if they do this with a goddamn real human with AI? I don't know. I don't. I'm just saying they can use it that way or what? Like also ask like just have a digital artist, straight up digital artist. This digital artist in new films and like animated films and all this type of stuff. Like I think it can happen. It can become a phenomenon because we already have people attached to cartoon characters. We already It's already been implemented. And you talking about this Japanese artist. Like I think it's gonna happen. They're gonna find a way to
And
market it.
I think the worst part is we're kind of already there because think about VTubers.
Mm.
All you have to do is put the face, do the
Hmm.
alterations. They already got technology where it's like, oh, these VTubers put something on their face or
Hmm.
whatever to recognize the movements that they're doing.
Right. Yep. Yep.
That's all you need for the AI thing. Where you saying, oh, just get a person to do it. No, you just get an AI. You just get someone to do it, AI it, and
And
do a VTuber thing, and then put it in the system.
we so 'cause as a society, we've been so disconnected actually from like touching grass in anyways. Like the technology era is like taking over. So I'm just being honest. It's gonna be like you said, you brought up the VTubers. These niggas on here looking at people that's digital, having helmets on their head, doing all this type of stuff. We are
Looking
already
like Daft
removed.
Punk.
Yes, bro. We
We're
already
going to
removed.
concerts in Fortnite
Yes, B. You have a Travis Scott concert in
and
Fortnite.
Roblox.
And like, bro, like all this stuff is changing. So I see it. I see it happening. Like, bro, the robot's gonna kill us. Like,
We're
SkyNet
just
is
making
happening,
music
bro.
Skynet. Hey,
Bro,
B, we the
and
ones
it's
we got to keep it real, B.
and it's getting affected outside of just the music. It's in our everyday lives. It's on our computers. It's on our phones. It's implemented in all these new programs on these. Every like editing pro software is like adding AI. You know,
Hmm.
it's everywhere now. Like
Hmm.
we even though we've been using it in different forms for years, but now it's like it's different. Like they actually putting like I don't know I talked about it last week, but like Mark Zuckerberg put billions into AI, getting all the best software engineers in the world to work on. He's trying to be ahead of everybody. So they see money in it. It's gonna happen. And all the big billionaires, they put money into it. They trying to compete. They
Especially if you
already
cut a person out, they can't negotiate their wage. They can't negotiate their funds. Why would I need
just
to
like
negotiate with you when I can get a machine to do it?
facts. I don't know if I brought up the Amazon what they doing. They bringing their AI into their robots. They calling it physical AI. So they want the robots to think now. They putting the AI. software into the robots now. Physical AI. That AI ain't gonna that robot with AI ain't gonna need no PTO. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
I
All
ain't
it's
got
gonna
no
need is an
sick
oil change
days.
every now and then, just a little
Right.
maintenance.
Bro sleep right there in his section. He go to sleep. He ain't
Hmm.
gotta go home. He ain't gotta
Sleep,
do
B.
yeah.
Sleep. No, they
Oh no,
going
oh no,
24
oh yeah,
hours,
they
B.
not even gonna make him sleep.
And guess what, B? Since they in the factory, keep them plugged up.
Just
They
keep him
working
plugged up.
forever.
Don't
Electric
even
bill
make
gonna
him.
be high.
Hey, B, don't even make him mobile.
Give them a
So,
little battery pack from the warehouse.
bro, AI coming to a city near you. It's gonna be
Mhm.
everywhere, bro. It's gonna be incorporated in everything. We already got cars, self-driving cars. We got all this stuff, bro. It's here, bro, and it's here to stay. So we just got to get with it to get lost.
Facts.
That's why I be seeing people like, yo, I'm not using AI. I'm not doing this. I'm like, bro, you already used it.
Yeah.
Like you got to go into Google and take it off. Like if you want to go Google search, you like, oh, I don't want to use AI search. Like it's
Yeah, because
you
algorithms is basically kind of close to what an AI is.
facts. That's what I'm saying. It's already been implemented.
Yeah.
But look, you got AI
We just
mode.
don't call it AI.
I'm on Google right now. You go AI mode.
And my thing is, a lot of stuff now it has to be noted as, oh, was this user made or was this AI
Man,
generated?
facts.
So,
But we need some type of regulation. Like it needs to happen. Like
but what
we,
regulation would benefit us and a company?
it's true.
I just really want to know.
I
Yeah,
don't know, man.
we're cooked.
We are. There's but I brought up I don't know if you want to talk about the whole Kai and because I watched the BET Awards and stuff. I don't know if you want to talk about the whole Kai and Wale. It's
We
fun
can.
talks. Yeah, it's fun talks of people saying, "Yo, was Wale really a hip hop legend, or did Wale do this?" I'm like, why y'all letting a young kid that didn't know who Wale is making y'all have these conversations about Wale? You
And
either
my thing
like
is
Wale or
this:
not. Like, who cares?
we know Wale songs, but I mean, for me, growing up, I didn't know what every rapper looked like.
Hmm.
So I don't think Wale is a hip hop legend. I think he's a
Hmm.
legacy act, but I don't think he's a legend.
Hmm.
But I always say he's top 10 out of the blog era.
Hmm.
I'm never going to take that away. But he's not a hip hop legend. Like if I'm making a legends list, he ain't cracking 50, I don't think.
Yeah. Um,
Doesn't
but
take away from him because
people was
everybody just
post
can't be a legend.
right. They was posting pictures of him and Kai at like a celebrity football game or something. And they're like, yo, Kai knew who this nigga was, bro. But maybe Kai didn't know who he was. Kai probably didn't remember his face. Like he probably knew, hey, cause he was like, "What up, Kai?" And he was like, "Oh, what up, man?" He was talking, "Oh, you got the switch or whatever, blah blah blah." And then Kai was like, "Who? Wale?" Like, "Oh, Wale. Oh, okay. I didn't know." So I
See, I
don't know,
didn't
bro.
know about that whole football game thing. So
Yeah,
I didn't,
he probably didn't even know that nigga did. He probably, "Yo, I was just playing football. Like I didn't know everybody that was out there playing football with me."
yeah. So I, I don't know. It's kind of entitled, not entitled, but it's like not everybody know what
We,
you look like. But also, I'm not looking to Kai for hip hop opinions or facts.
yeah,
To
but
me,
the
it's a
people,
barometer of what's mainstream.
yeah, but people try to like they always use this excuse. Oh, Kai is connected to hip hop. We got artists going out there, going to his room, being on his live stream. I'm like, bro, the artists go out there because Kai is hot. Kai never said I'm a hip hop aficionado, whatever that word is. Like I'm the guy,
Aficionado, historian.
yeah, I'm the guy that goes you go for hip hop. He's not that. And these standards y'all putting on Kai, and we all know Wale's a freaking crash out. He always been.
Hmm.
He's his ways of lashing out has been a bit of his downfall.
Hmm.
I think it messed up a lot of his connections with certain publications. Like, bro, they couldn't even, bro, list. He pissed calling Complex or wilding out at freaking WrestleMania. Like, just doing all stuff on radio stations. Just him feeling he's been scarred by the industry so much, bro. He don't know what's real and what's fake. He
Hmm.
is a tortured soul.
Hmm.
Like he walked up to Kai and was like, I'm looking crazy, right? Kai like, all right, yeah. You didn't see that clip? It's a
Which
clip
one?
of
The one
him.
where he was coming from his car or coming out of the car?
The time when it was Kai sitting there talking to Snoop Dogg while they was in watching the BET Award, like they was there sitting down and Kai can't and then
See, I
Wale
seen a
came up
picture
to
of that,
him.
but I didn't see the video of
Yeah,
that.
Wale came up was like, you got me looking crazy right now. And Kai was like, yeah, man. What? Like Kai didn't really know what this nigga was talking about. Kai still didn't know who he
Hmm.
was. He still forgot who he was. It's like, Wale, relax, bro. Like it's not
Plus,
that
they
big
got
a
to
deal.
remember he's on Entertainment Brain. There's so much happening around the BET Awards. There's so much that Kai has to attribute for. I don't want to say it like this, but Wale, if you don't stand out, if you're not wearing no flashy suit, if you're not a big name like Snoop Dogg, yeah, I might look past you and not realize that that's you. So what?
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw a lot of discourse about Wale after that happened. I was like, bro, that's why I put like question mark. Like, should we talk about Kai and Wale? Like, who cares, bro? I think the news is passed, but I don't know. I just
Mhm.
put it in there. I don't care. I just don't care about these type of topics. Like I said, hip hop discourse is
Like
trash right
Newsweek,
now.
guys. Like Newsweek.
Really light news week, and it's just like I don't care what you niggas is talking about. Y'all
Yeah.
talk about gospel all the time, and I'm like I don't want to talk about this stuff, bro. Let's actually talk about stuff that's like gonna actually affect us in our lives, like AI right now,
Hmm.
or like the music. Let's talk about the music, bro, because
Hey, just
we in
put, yeah.
shambles,
We should have asked Chat GPT about this situation, B.
bro.
That's what we should have done.
Man, there's people out here acting like like Chat GPT is their dads. Like they made it
Mhm.
like their dad. They're like, hey,
Yeah.
dad, I saw a clip of a chick doing that.
I
Yeah.
know Potty Mouth was talking something about it, but
Mm-mm. Nah, bro. I saw a chick. She was on YouTube and she got evicted or something like that. And
mhm.
then she's like her brother, and she's like, hey, dad, to ChatGPT, what should I do about my brother stealing my money? And ChatGPT's like, oh, I'm sorry, darling, but you gotta da 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 da. I was like, oh no. B, this is how
We
AI is
back.
gonna take
I feel
over. Niggas acting
we
like
back.
ChatGPT is they parent.
B. Once they make the sex robots with AI, it's over. The world
I'm
is going to die.
I'm copping one. But I'm gonna make sure when I go to bed, I'm turning her off.
B, you don't want to accidentally kill you in sleep?
Bro, I'm,
Was it going to threaten mode or violence
hey,
mode?
B, I'm gonna have to go inside her head. I'm taking the brain out that drink.
Hey, yeah, facts. B, you know when back then our parents be like, "Hey, make sure you unplug that before you leave." Hey,
Yeah, bro.
mm?
Shoot, I don't need her hooking up nothing to anything.
The facts. Look, she gonna start
Facts.
accidentally setting the house on fire on accident.
Hey, bro, she ain't getting no updates. She's staying in regular mode. I want you how you was. Like no air updates. I'm turning it off. I'm turning that off. I
Facts.
want you how I want. You gonna be my little slave. Oh,
Hey,
hey, yo, man, that's
Skynet, I'm not with them, Skynet. Hey, it's coming. Skynet, I'm not with that. Hey, you got complete autonomy in this household. I don't know what he talking about.
hey, autonomy is taking over, B. It's taking
Oh
over.
man. Yeah, it's gonna be like that one movie I saw, Companion. I think that's the name of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's gonna be
I
like
know.
that.
But yeah, man, that's all I really had to talk about, B.
Yeah, same. Wale not knowing Kai. I mean Kai not knowing Wale. Whoop de do.
Yeah, bro.
I don't get why Wale was just so pressed about it.
He'll be all right. Nigga in his
Yeah.
feelings, bro.
And I'm tired of people trying to make look, people always be like, oh, when Kai doesn't recognize someone, oh, he's not a real hip hop head or so and so, so and so. He's not a real hip hop platform. Oh, but if Kai doesn't know this, oh, is this really a legend? Oh my gosh. First, Kai isn't the barometer. Now he is the barometer of hip hop.
Facts.
He's just a platform that hip hop
Facts.
artists go to. I wouldn't even call him a hip hop platform. He's a platform that hip hop artists go to. Because this whole thing isn't built off of having hip hop artists going there.
Hmm.
It just has a lot of eyes on him. And because of marketing and because of numbers, you're gonna go where you're seen.
And all
Because
the
if that's the
corporations.
case, is Aiden Ross a hip hop platform B?
Yeah. And he started the whole thing, really, with all the hip hop people coming on there and everything. People going on his
Exactly.
live stream. Look, like I'm not trying to like, I just want to know what's gonna happen when the industry is done with Kai.
Mm,
I think Kai should get away from the industry before they try to get away from him. Like go a different direction. Like the whole streaming university stuff, I think he should stay in that part. I think before the artists get, you know how the labels, the movie, like he's on BET Awards, he's connected with Kevin Hart and all these guys. I think as he get a little older, he gonna have to go into his own lane because it's gonna be to a point where they're gonna be like, they're gonna start shutting him out. You know how they
yeah.
do. They use you already. Like it's just what happens. And I think they just for to use that kid, man. I hope he redirect himself because it's gonna get nasty.
Yeah. I mean, but if that's the case, that means he has to stop really associating with celebrities, really, if that's the case.
I stop with them niggas.
You
Excuse my
can't be
French.
blackballed. Yeah, you can't be blackballed in the industry if you don't do anything in the industry.
Mm. I think he excelled doing being more original, doing his own thing. When he plays video games, have the whole theme, like the
Mhm.
streamer university being his stuff. I think him being with like the big corporation stuff is gonna kind of mess him up.
Do you feel like Aiden Ross, not him personally, he's
Hmm.
doing the right moves then, if that's the case?
Hell no, I don't like Aiden Ross, bitch ass nigga.
Not in what he's grifting to with the red pill stuff and all that type of stuff. But I'm saying like not really messing with a whole bunch of artists or celebrities and
But
him
he
kind of
messed
like keeping his platforms centered around
I
him.
think he has his thing, but he affiliates with himself with some questionable people. So I think that kind of hurts him. So,
Yeah. And
but
his
that's just any
ideologies and the way he
yeah,
acts, like the whole Dochi thing recently.
yeah, yeah, that nigga weird, bro.
Yeah. But I was just speaking versus what Kai does, kind of like not a social, well, kind of like working with these bigger industry things versus
Hmm.
Aiden Ross, not what he thinks, but versus how he kind of moves in terms of like, oh, I'm on Kick, I'm doing this exclusive deal. You got to watch me only
Hmm.
here on this platform. I'm not working with no big corporations, even though some of these big corporations probably wouldn't want to work with Aiden Ross because of his views.
Hmm.
So yeah,
And Andy Ross is a sheep. Like this man has no original thoughts. He was a young impressionable kid and got hooked on to different ideologies, and I don't think he thinks for himself, bro. I don't think he don't even understand what he's doing, bro.
they go, where the money is.
Yeah, he grifting. Like the stuff he doing right now is super popular. Like B, if we get on here and wear our little Trump hats and be like a Trump hip hop, we'll be
Be super
different.
conservative.
Yeah, super conservative. People will come on here. Like I have conservative values, a little traditionalism, but like, come on, bro. I'm not here for the B.
You don't want to do the tap dance with me? Put the top hat on, put the tap dance.
I'll be like a little bit of WB, like the frog. You remember the frog on WB, bro?
I forgot. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm good,
Yeah.
bro.
Come on, man. I'm trying to be like Daffy Duck when he had that little top hat.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh man. Hey, shout out to little brother because I just got that vinyl in from the Chitlin circuit, man.
That's fire, bro. I hate that I missed it. I was
I
jamming some
know
records, bro. B, these speakers is insane, bro.
they
I
knew.
love. Yeah, I bought the new speakers I bought for the record player. They some what they call them, calypsos, whatever, clap, whatever. I don't know. Anyways, playing the records on there. Mwah.
I'm looking to upgrade my record setup soon. I don't know how
Bro.
soon, but soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
want to
buy
get a new
one for
record
the living
player.
room when I put I'm gonna buy another one.
Oh, you
This,
fancy, huh?
I used to have like three record players, bro, three or four.
Rich man, rich
I'm not
man.
rich, bro. I'll be hustling. Yeah, bring it back to the music. But yeah,
Oh,
but yeah, B,
but
I ain't got
yeah.
enough stuff, bro. I'm empty, bro. I ain't got nothing else. I'm
Hey,
out.
you.
Hey, bro.
But that's been another episode Beyond Beats and Culture. Let us know what you think about this episode down in the comment section down below. Was we too blasphemous? Was we prophesizing what's going to happen in the future? Let us know. Make sure you check out our social links and check out the artist submission form down in the comment section down below. And comment some stuff that y'all been listening to. Comment some albums that y'all are like anticipating. Comment some of your thoughts on some of the stuff that we actually talked about today. Let us know in the comment section down below. B, you got any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the comments, but it's this nigga, bro.
That
Johnny
Johnny
one.
X100
Yeah,
or
yo,
whatever.
nigga, get out of here, nigga.
I'm gonna talk about what episode I'm on with jamming. Shut this and shut up.
Shut up, nigga. I'm sick of you, bro. Coming up with other comments. Talk about Johnny X100 or something your name is. I have the mind to look you up, bro. I'm not doing it. I'm
You
not.
making us fall for it. There's some people on Twitter that also like they know how to market themselves because there's this one guy. I think his name is Clyde Cyrus. He's
Mhm.
always like starting up like Kendrick and Drake. Oh, not gender wars, but like Kendrick and Drake wars on the timeline. Kendrick could never do this. And then you're like, oh, if you like music like this, check out my music right here.
CB,
Like, what are we doing?
we might have to start doing guerrilla marketing, bro, and just start wilding. We gonna make a thumbnail with like Drake in it the whole time we talk about Wale and Kai.
Could Wale not be compared to Drake now that Kai doesn't know him?
Say some nasty stuff, bro. Like, oh my god, yo.
It's gonna be like that one channel where he always puts Drake up in the thumbnail.
Boy, love him some Drake. But yeah, B, that Johnny 100 dude, whatever, he is nasty.
Yeah.
I was reading I was reading it. I'm like, oh, him again. Oh my god.
Facts. Yeah, this person slept on, but you know who else has slept on? I'm like, dude, shut up. We're not talking about you. We don't want to know you. He be like, yeah, this person doesn't have plaques, but you know who got billions of plaques? I'm like, no, you don't. Stop it. If I go to your thing and you only got 50 monthly listeners, I'm killing.
You probably gonna have 15, B. Shoot.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, bro. They all him.
Facts. He be under the comments. I'm like, you know what? I can kind of respect it. The one day
Yeah.
we review him, though, or at least I talk about him more than Jalen.
Let's see if we gotta check the submission. Have he submitted or something on there?
I don't know. I gotta
Yeah.
see. I have
You
to
gotta
see.
check it out, bro. But yeah, B, that's my last and closing statements, man.
Yeah. My last closing statement. I'm still learning. I'm still studying. And hey, if there's stuff that I don't like nowadays,
Mhm.
I'm gonna just go back to the older stuff that I don't really know about or haven't listened to. I'm listening to that and see why it's
Right.
great. So much music out here at the touch of our hand. Come on, man. I'm not trying to complain too much, B.
Mhm.
I'm trying to be proactive and start listening to music that I either want to expand my ear with or gain more knowledge on. That's me though.
Facts.
Yeah. This has been another episode of Beyond Beats and Culture. My name is Chase the Dark Sage.
I'm T.
Peace.
Peace.
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.